behind it, and a few pockets of low pressure, and a fairly heavy band of rain showers and snow all the way from the eastern portions of Montana down to western sections of Nevada. And of course, the massive high picking up warm moist air from the south, bringing it northward. So when the two masses collide over Kansas, we are looking for some precipitation, and we'll talk about that.
Hi everyone, good evening. This is your captain speaking and welcome to the Imperial Valorant Summer Showmatch. That's a tongue twister. Thank you for tuning in. Today we will be watching two teams face off against each other. On the other side of the ring we've got Team Shinka, which consists of Shinka, Indate, Banshee, Index, and what was supposed to be Origin, but he cancelled last minute, so we've got in Spear as a sub. And on the other side, we've got Team Liem, which comprises of Liem, Wazi, Dutrino, NDS, and Charlie. Of course, I am not alone today. I am casting with Ivan, who knows the players quite well, who's very familiar with them. So we will be able to give you some background. Ivan, how are you doing?
I'm doing very well, thank you. Yeah, I think this is going to be a very interesting match. The teams, I think, are quite well balanced, and I think we've got some of the star players, obviously, that we need to look out for. Like the team captains are very esteemed captains, Liem and Shinka. They're obviously have had amazing performances over the year. But also, let's not forget Wazi, who has joined us from UCL, who will be playing for Team Liem. And he's been performing extremely well over the year, and I've come up against him several times in scrims, and he's always been fighting out. He's always been there, and he's also has a really good mind for IGLing. So I'd like to see if he can implement that in today's show match. And obviously we have on Shinka's team, we have Shinka and Spear as well, who has been grinding a lot of ranked recently. So I'd love to see if any of that raw capability will be able to come in.
Yeah, I've seen Spear on the sky especially, and that's definitely somebody to look out for.
Yes, absolutely. But also, I think because the teams are so evenly matched, I think even the smallest changes in the game might make the biggest differences. And I think the dark horses for this match to look out for would be players like Banshee, who has transitioned from Rainbow Six, and I'm wondering if he can bring a different perspective on today's match, as this is a different game, and maybe catch Team Liam off guard. And also NDS, who has been playing for Team One and Imperial in the spring split, and I'd love to see what he's capable of today, and if he has been keeping up with his Valorant aim and game sense and all. So
that's really
I think
interesting. Oh, so go ahead. Sorry.
yeah, so I think we will proceed with having to talk to Shinka and Liam and having to see what they have to say about today's match.
Before that, a quick reminder, this is a best of 3 tournament. It is played on the latest patch, so KO will be allowed. It's definitely going to be interesting to see the KO come out if any of the team picks them. So yeah, before we get into the map feed, we will be getting the team captains, Liam and Shinka, in for an
Absolutely. I'd love to see what they have to say about this.
I wish I
Hello,
did.
gentlemen.
Hello.
Liam, Shinka.
How you doing?
I'm doing very well.
You've tilted my teammate already, calling out Nelson. So
Yeah, I
not
mean,
happy with you guys.
well, I'm just hyping him up. I would love to see if he can perform today. So we have a couple of questions for you guys. First of all, Shinka, how are you feeling about today's match? I mean, Liam does have a couple of big names on his team. I wonder if you can deal with Liam, Wasi, and NDS all at once. What do you think about that?
Liam's not a problem, so you just need to kill NDS and Wasi, it's all fine.
Okay, wow, short and quick. Loving that. Big confidence as well. Liam, so Shinka's team, they have a lot of potentially aggressive playmaking. I mean, Shinka has a reputation for like running the jet or running the raise and like really dashing in on site and going for those aggressive plays. How concerned are you about having to play into that, considering it's worked really well for professional teams like Sentinels and FaZe?
Are you comparing Shinka to Tens or something? Because the Shinka I know is the hard stuck D2 Shinka that I used to queue with his rank. So I'm not that worried.
Wow. Okay. Fair enough, I guess. Both of you are showing extreme confidence right now. Shinka, can we expect you to pull some unconventional agent picks to catch Liam's team off guard? Like a KO or a Yoro or something to spice up the play.
Perhaps. It depends on how spicy we're feeling.
Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing what you guys come up with. Also, I'd love to ask you both, how do you feel about the massive changes that were recently brought into the game with the new patch? Massive changes to gunplay, obviously introducing the new agent, and just huge changes to the economy of the game as well.
Doesn't matter. Still an easy win for us.
Okay.
Liam's
and
only way of getting kills is run and gun, and that's got nerfs, so be bottom frag this
Sheesh.
game.
wow. Okay.
Who's a lucky Raider, dude? I'm scared now.
Interesting. Okay. What are your opinions on KO? How do you guys feel about him? Are you gonna bring him out?
Who knows if we'll bring him out, but yeah, he does look pretty good.
We're
Yeah.
not about
Agent.
abusing broken agents on our team.
Wow. So you're a man of honor then, Shinka, would you say?
Yep.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing the honorable plays that you will pull. But you know, I think the stream and us, the casters, would definitely not mind some BMing going on in the game. We're obviously really
I'm all for it.
Don't
Yeah.
worry about that. Don't worry about that. Whenever
Yeah.
you see Shinka's dead body, just pan to me. I'll show you something.
Okay. Wow. Well, that's something to note for our observer. Okay. Captain, do you have any questions for our esteemed captains of the team?
No questions from me, though. What Shinka said really resonated with me. It sounds like this matchup could get really spicy, so I believe we will be able to let the team captains go and go into the veto. And the veto will be a Team A bans, Team B bans, Team A bans again, Team B picks a map, Team A picks a map, and the last map will be decided by a coin flip by yours truly. So
Absolutely.
let's have a look at the map picks. Any map that you would like to see, Ivan?
I think Haven is a really a map that I'd love to see out because on Imperial here we have had a very good performance on Haven as a team, and obviously Liem and Shinka are part of that team, and I'd love to see what kind of high level gameplay they can come up with there because obviously I know from personal experience how well they have been able to perform on that map. Besides that, I also have to see Breeze because I haven't been able to see Breeze that much on a competitive match, and I think this match is going to be rather competitive, seeing as how eager both teams and how confident they are that they will win the game.
Quick news is in. So Team Liem bans Split, and sorry, but your dream is not coming true. I see that Shinka's team has already banned Breeze. So we're waiting for Team Liem to do the second ban for their team, and then Team Shinka can start with the first pick.
Wow, yeah, okay. I guess Shinka wants to play it safe. He doesn't want to take any risks against Liam. He wants to really stay on his own ground, which makes me all the more confident that we will see a Haven pick.
That sounds very likely. It's one of the early maps that were released along with the game, so I do believe that we'll probably. Okay, well, it's a pick apparently. I think we are. Yeah, we
Yes,
will
it
be
is a
getting
pick
our
now.
first pick by Team Liam. And
Yep.
we see that, it will be. Oh, we've got Ascent as the first map coming in. That will be very interesting. One of those very CS style maps that relies heavily on baiting out utility and doing split pushes along mid and short A. Very interesting stuff.
It's interesting that you say baiting out utility because I think that will be all the more important with the new update making basically all utility across the game a lot more expensive. So that will come in a lot more, not only in the gameplay, but also in the economy of the game.
We'll be able to see, the choices that people make in that first pistol round, especially with the new update. There's a lot more choices that people have to make. Do they go for the upgraded pistol? Do they go for armor? Do they go for no armor, no upgraded pistol, and full utility? It will depend on the agent, and I'm very excited to see what the choices will be in this team.
Absolutely. I'm also really looking forward to that. So I think Team Shinka will now decide the second map. And then we also, as you've previously mentioned, have a coin flip, which I think will be very interesting because that means that you can't fully ever rely on a map ever being out. So we will have some sort of uncertainty, and that might shift the tables in this series.
We have a second pick. Team Shinka has picked Bind, which means that it is time for the coin flip, and the coin flip will be between Haven and Icebox. So, Ivan, you can choose: is Haven heads or is Haven tails?
I'm going to go with Haven Tails. I'm actually very surprised that Shinka did not pick Haven, which leaves us open to the possibility that Haven will not be played at all, and it will instead be Icebox, which will be the decider if it comes to that. That would be very interesting to see.
Right, so if Haven is tails, then Icebox is heads. I'm flipping right now, and the result is tails. So we will be seeing Haven. Your wish has been granted. That means that the lineup will be first map Ascent, second map Bind, third map will be Haven. That's a very classic map pick, something that we definitely see a lot in the global meta. To be fair, it's a map selection that we've seen a lot in Iceland as well. So no surprises there. To be completely fair, it seems that teams are still not warming up to splits. Teams are not, well, in our tournament are not willing to play Breeze, which I think is a bit of a shame for a show match. I really wanted to see that Breeze. So
Yes.
hopefully we can see some surprises, at least the agent select, which should be coming up shortly. So first map Ascent, what are your thoughts about the strengths of these teams in your experience with the players?
I think Wazi will definitely be running a Sky. I've seen his Sky in Ascent and it's very, very strong. However, Ascent is also a map which really requires a Sova, and there's also K Open. So I'm looking to see a lot of initiators on Ascent. I think it's a very initiator-heavy map because, as you said, baiting out utility is very important to set yourself up for those well-timed executes.
I'd be very happy to see the Sky. In the latest patch, Sky has gotten buffed. True, she has gotten one less flash, but the flashes, they do refresh over 40 seconds. Her little doggy, her wolf, I don't know the exact name for it actually. The Trailblazer, there we go. The Trailblazer has more vision, stuns for longer. I think Sky has gotten a massive buff. The flashes are also easier to use, and she can detonate them without having to put away her gun to do it. So Sky would definitely be a good pick in my opinion.
Yes, absolutely. But I also think that agents like KO as well and Killjoy is extremely powerful in Ascent, and I'd be very surprised if it doesn't show up. Sage as well. I think Spear might be running a Sova because he's very good with the Odin. He's built up a reputation for using the Odin in our matches. And the Odin and the Sova is obviously a deadly combination. It could really lock down that B Ascent site. And they are starting on defense, so we will be able to see that pretty soon. So
Go ahead, sorry.
I think as well that Indiat might be running Sova because I know that he has a few lineups up his sleeve for the shock darts, and I'd be very excited to see some shock dart lineups from him.
Another question that will soon get answered is which controller will they be running? We've seen quite a few changes to the controllers in the game. Well, to Omen and especially Astra in particular, as Astra was, as we saw in Iceland in the main tournament, Astra was the main pick of most teams, given that she can stall and be so flexible around sites. However, she's been nerfed quite hard this patch, so it might be the return of Omen or even a Brimstone in this regard. We've seen some Vipers in the past. I don't think it's a very common pick, so I'm looking out for that Omen.
Yeah, I think Omen would be definitely an agent that we can expect, but I would also be very excited for a Viper to see those nice post-plant lineups. I think it's time that we head into the game. We will now be entering Agent Select, and let's have a look what these teams have prepared for us.
Let's have a look. I'm expecting to see some troll hovers of agents. I think we will see people hovering Yoru.
Okay, interesting. I think there's been a Astra hovered, which is very brief, but you can see Index is running on that controller. He'll be playing the controller role, and Indiat is running the Sova, so as I predicted, we'll probably be seeing some lineups, which I am looking forward to. Captain, what are your thoughts?
People still very indecisive, it seems. Index swapping around characters. The only agent that has been locked in is NDS on Team Liem, who's picked Reyna, which is definitely one of the better duelists on the on this map. Also, Charlie G has picked the full team composition of Team Liem has been locked in. So we do see the Omen. That is as expected. Callan on the Sky. Got that Jet Reyna combo to take space. No Sova, surprisingly. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think Wazi has been an advocate for non-Sova Ascent compositions, And I'm very interested to see how that would work out for him, especially against a high-end server like India who really knows his lineup and has really done his homework on how to efficiently use Sova. Also, another big surprise is we actually have Astra on Ascent by Index. I'm really looking forward to.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing how that will work out.
Right, especially with the latest nerfs. She can only recall a star. It takes 15 seconds now. It used to take 8 seconds. We do see that we also only have one duelist on the Team Shinka side, which is typically the preferred type of lineup that European teams have. I know Fnatic likes to do this on Ascent as well. An exception is, I think, Team Liquid, who still plays the double duelist with Phoenix and the Jet. No Jet on Team Shinka. I find that surprising on this map where, you can use Operator quite well, especially since it's price reduction just now. Very interesting.
Yeah, I think the Jet might actually come back to haunt them because that really takes away the opportunity for those high, fast-paced executes where Jet can claim a lot of space. We'll see how this goes. Indigat already running up a lineup.
Revealing area.
And we're live. See a heavy top mid control. It seems like Team Liem is on attack. Team Liem is heavily favoring that A side with just Liem himself going towards that B side, showing some presence. I don't think he actually made a lot of noise, though I do believe NDS has heard him. And there is the A execute.
Wow.
Knocking them.
Index showing off that Astra, but gets shut down right away. They're moving into A side with very little. Oh, Shinka is knocked.
Look at Shinka! Oh, he gets taken down.
Liem was wise to his tricks. He's played together with this man for far too long to fall for that trick.
Spike planted.
Killjoy. Oh, both are stunned. They've got that A side unlocking key. There's full 5-player post-plant scenario. This is going to be very hard for Team Shinka to counter. Nobody showed themselves.
Post-plant here. Playing it very, very safe. Just playing time, 5v3 situation.
First duel's happening, going in the way of Team Liem. Liem himself taking point with the triple already. Not a quadruple, not just yet, but that is a clean round from Team Liem.
Very, very good start for Liem. That must be a massive confidence booster. He's also running that Jet, and as the team captain, he gets 3 kills. Very impactful frag on Shinka there. Shinka might be feeling a bit annoyed about that.
We see now more favoring towards the B side with absolutely nobody towards mid or B, but Team Shinka is actually stacking the B side itself. This could get messy.
Yes,
only Astra on that A short position.
Let's see if Team Shinka can do significant damage to the economy of Team Liem.
There's a star, they could get sucked right in. The Sova dart has been shot. They know there's at least one person towards that B side. They're hiding on side, not showing their presence to lure them into the stack. Sky making their way through market. They think wiser of it. They're going back after having shown so much info and not getting any info. They're potentially afraid of that stack, of the shotguns potentially, or a force buy.
Yeah, slowing it down. It's almost like they sensed that there was a B stack, and they're actually playing a bit more clever and a bit safer, trying to find out where all the players are before committing to a site, not rushing in blind.
They're leaning towards it. They do go back to the side. Liem just bare feet away from and catches out the Killjoy. And now they're going to be speeding up the pace. Actually running back. Banshee gets a kill back.
Last player standing.
And that is a B side on control, and that's the round over. Quick 2-0. Well, it wasn't that quick this round to be fair, but a 2-0 for Team Liem.
One of the drawbacks of stacking bomb site in an eco round is that you are denied all the information across the other map, and you're offering the entire map except that B side for map control. And if a team just plays it patiently, like Team Liem just did there, it's a very textbook way of playing an anti-eco round. You don't take any unnecessary risks. You just go for map control, you try to gather as much information as you can about where the players are, and you execute when you get that information.
Team Liem is currently leading his team by example. Liem himself has 6 kills and only 1 death, whereas Banshee on Team Shinka is the only person with kills on the board. 2 kills, 2 deaths. Every other player on 0 kills so far. We see mid is largely ignored by now, but Team Liem is taking ground back. Moving towards that short position. Banshee making a run for his life and gets away.
Phoenix gets a pick with Mossy. That's actually huge. Regains that short control. Let's see if he can hold on to it with the rest of the team slowly pivoting there.
This is a bonus round for Team Liem, however, so there are better guns on the board for Shinka right now. Making a swing, Liem doesn't miss.
Wow.
Pulls out the knives.
Oh my god, that is quite a disgusting play onto
Enemy
Shinka.
remaining.
Shinka
And just
goes
like
home.
that. Wow.
Just like that. Still, well, can Charlie pull it off? I don't believe so. He's in a 1v3 situation. They seem to have an idea of where he is. And that's round over. That's one round on the board for Team Shinka right now. But Team Liem can now get back into the full buy.
Yep.
We
so-
do see rifles across the board. Maybe
Absolutely.
some economy trouble on Team Shinka's side, with Shinka himself not really able to buy the rifle he would like, which is courtesy of the new state of the economy, to be fair. He opts for a Guardian instead. Actually interesting to see the Guardian come out after its
Hopefully
price
we'll be
reduction.
able to see some one-taps from Shinka.
He's definitely capable of them.
Absolutely. Let's
5
see, second floor,
fourth
big
day.
A rush, very fast-paced, right into the Killjoy utility. Let's see what happens.
2 Asa stars as well. But engaged too late. Liam knows who Killjoy is. Spear not
Nice
wise to
little
it.
pick.
Like that, they're on side.
One enemy.
Oh,
Shinka!
Shinka going absolutely
A.
huge. Gets 3 one-taps, just like we've asked. And Liam is in a 1v4 to try and answer that amazing play. Gets 1.
He thought he killed the first one, but didn't connect the spray. Shinka
Wow.
delivering as promised. That guard is
Very-
such a treat to watch when it's used right. However, not many people like to use it, given its one-tap potential. Well, given, you know, how slow it's firing after the first tap. It is,
Absolutely.
however, the only gun, except for the operator, I believe, that is 100% accurate on the first shot while standing still and scoped in.
Yeah, and that was just a very, very well-timed peek by Shinka to get 3. No one was really holding heaven. They smoked off and they forgot about it. He seems to be setting up for a wall on mid, maybe a weird angle.
Pulling them in.
What I like about what Team Liem is doing right now is they are controlling the pace of the game. They're not afraid to play slow or play fast, even on buy rounds. That's something that will definitely help them coming into the rest of this half.
Absolutely.
Well, even
Unfortunately,
Spike
they're in a weak buy, so yeah, the
Spike
guns are
down,
falling
mid.
down. They get spike control. Nelson gets one back though.
Yeah, Shinka caught out in mid there, running back towards safety. No safety found.
Absolutely. And I mean, Team Liam right now, they're not looking for anything huge. They're on a low buy. They did just lose their first full buy round. So they're trying to do as much damage to the economy as they can. Team Shinka's already down, but we still have 4 members alive. And if they can preserve all 4 guns, that will be an issue coming into the next few rounds, because that means that Team Shinka will be building a strong economy.
Ahead.
If they lose this, however, they're back to square zero.
That is
There
true.
are certain players are below 1,000. If they lose their guns, that's a massive win for Team Liam. Let's see if they can pull it off. Congregating towards A now. Liam taking point with a bomb in hand.
30 seconds
Index
left.
is right there waiting for him. They get information that they're pushing all 3 of these players.
Oh!
But shut down straight away. I don't think they know where the killjoy is. And Spear gets him in the back.
Spike down A.
Shut down though.
This
They
is
lose 2
very
guns.
doable.
This is quite scary now for Team Shinka.
Spike planted.
India going for a shock dart, kind of misses it though.
Missed lineup. You called out the
Oh,
lineups
the
before, but
timing! Okay,
One
manages to
enemy
survive a little
remaining.
unlucky. NDS popped the radar ult though.
in
Gets
the
shut
eights,
down.
I must say, a little bit over-reliant on his utility. He does know the lineups, potentially, but seems to harm him more than help him in this scenario, at least.
That is true. Yes, he has been caught out numerous times in that round with his bow out, and that is something very dangerous. If Team Liem could have capitalized on that round, would have been able to go very differently.
Yeah, I don't think Team Shinka is very happy with that round, only keeping 2 rifles alive. Looking at their economy right now, they're in an okay spot, but they cannot afford to lose again. Team Lehman, on the other hand, on a full buy again. Low money. If they win this will be huge for them. They need to get back into the game. They need to do it now.
Absolutely.
into
And
the
they look like they're set up for a very strong B take with Liam lurking. Let's see if he can make a lot of impact as the fragging jet that he is.
Yes, making ground towards mid.
Revealing
Nice little lineup.
Nobody really giving away too much information. Liam probing around A, but seeing nobody, not getting spotted by the turret.
Yeah, that
Banding
arrow
A
only
right
detected Wasi, and they actually have no idea that there's currently 3 players stacked up on the main, ready to explode onto site.
I do believe that trading bullets. Sage does have that wall that looks into top mid, gets no
Nice pick by
information.
Banshee.
Banshee's showing up, I think, quite well now on the defensive half. Definitely getting the impact frags for his team.
Absolutely, as the duelist that he is definitely getting those important kills, those first bloods that can really determine the outcome of the round.
Team Lean is second guessing their decisions with Dutrino alone on the B side with the bomb. This might prove tricky. If they find Dutrino, then this pushes
30
over.
seconds left.
And they're
Completely
stacking
given up
towards
mid
it.
control as well.
This is very risky for Dutrino, but doesn't get spotted on the cross. Banshee is ready for that, however.
NDS gets the lure.
Banshee getting closer, inching closer, knows where they are.
Last minute push coming in
gets
from
destroyed.
Liam. Gets several frags. It's up to Shinka to try and recover. He gets taken down by Charlie. Wow.
Pulling back this round from what seemed like a hard win. Dutrino really creeping, getting the timing right to creep behind those defenders.
They run out of time. They've overdone it. The push was too late.
I take back what I said earlier about controlling the pace. It seems like they lost that timer out of, completely out of mind. This is a huge tragedy. Their economy, however, is still good. That's the only saving grace, is that they keep 4 rifles alive. So both teams still on the verge of being broken economically. Team Liem surprisingly doing better after having saved all of those rifles into that round. Index the only one surviving for Team Shinka.
Yeah, and now you can see the momentum is definitely favoring Team Shinka in terms of defense. You could see Team Liem are playing a lot more passive. They're not really taking the map control. No presence in A main. They're just, they're slowing it down a little bit. They're not quite sure what to do.
I haven't seen too many aggressive jet dashes so far. Indeed gets spotted out. Straight into the B side. This is
Banshee's
change
low,
of pace
trying to
again.
hold it off. Dashing.
But Liam slips past. Kills the ulting Reyna right away.
Reyna gets completely shut down. Wasi's next little flash.
Spike
Here gets taken
planted.
down.
That's a brilliant push. This is Index last alive. Again, cannot convert 2 rounds in a row. However, they did win the round by the timer. Saved by the bell on the last round. Not so lucky this time.
Absolutely, yeah.
I think Team Liam will be happy about this.
Yeah, definitely. Kind of bringing back the momentum towards their side a little bit. They actually have an incredibly solid economy right now. 4 players have 5k or above. So that will last them definitely a couple of lost rounds. And I can see, actually, the chat has a bit of focus on Banshee. That was an unfortunate ult, but he has been getting a few important kills. Let's see if he can keep performing for Team Shinka.
Team Shinka on the low by now, just getting the shotguns out, trying to catch them out. These close angles, but will they get them? Liam undetected actually does shoot the dart, faking the B play. Liam will capitalize on that and lean towards A, however still slowing down the pace. Probably afraid of those one and done shotgun angles, those judges that proved so effective in Iceland.
Nice flash. Index panics, reveals his position, gets instantly taken down, and now they're all collapsing with a lone killjoy on site. Spear gets 1. Gets another one.
Spear!
Wow, he's actually holding them off.
Spear in rough water right now. Thin ice gets another.
Oh my god! Spear's having a life round. Let's see if Dutrino can shut him down. Finally, and now we're down into 1v2.
Valiant effort from Spear, I must say. This is over.
Wow,
But as I say
gets
that,
traded
it is
out.
over. What a play from Spear. That is some snappy aim.
Yeah, huge shame that that round wasn't. Team Shinka could not convert that round because Spear actually went huge there with the Chef, but they did do significant damage to the economy, which was well needed because, as I mentioned previously, the economy was very good. 4-4 now, the score is tied even. Both teams very back and forth action. Let's see if one team can get the edge of the other one and kind of figure them out.
This round is likely to swing the balance, maybe potentially back into Team Liam's favor, as this is the third gun round, I believe, with Index actually on the operator. That's the first one we've seen. If they lose this, they are... Wow.
This wall. Shinka completely boosted up on mid, opening himself up to top mid. This is a huge gamble. But if they don't spot him... Oh, he falls down.
Well, that's the play gone.
Yep. Well, I mean, it does enable him to lurk. Banshee here, peeking for info.
Gets the information as well. Must say, questionable Astro Wall.
Yeah, look at the minimap though. They are slowly pulling themselves. Look at Shinka though. He's in a great position to deny this mid push if it ever comes. He's going to be able to get all the information.
Does he hear the footsteps? He does hear... I don't think he hears them.
You should run.
Yeah. They actually even got a killjoy on B.
Spear alive, alone again on A. This is... seems a pattern at this point. That lockdown is invested, but it gets shut down by Liem right away. So 4v4 retake. This is not going to be easy. A side, not the east side
Liem
for
gets
retake.
close. Can he get punished for that aggressive overextension? He can. Shinka takes him down.
Callum in a tough spot.
Out.
Your duty is not over.
Gets
Will he
a res
push
on
through is
spear.
what I'm wondering.
4v2 retake. Nelson, NDS has to go huge here. He needs to run out of main and get several kills. Whilst he gets taken down by Shinka, and now he's the one before. This cannot be possible. Gets completely
And the bomb wasn't even planted
destroyed.
for A main, so even if NDS was able to get a triple kill or something similar, it was unlikely he was going to win the round at that point. It was not the best plan for his position. We do see that Index has kept that operator, so interesting to see if he takes it back to short where he's been playing before.
Yeah, operator in defense when ascent is a very powerful tool, especially for looking down mid. It's very difficult to get rid of an operator on mid. However, they do have the sky flashes to try and get that operator out of position, and I wonder if they'll be able to use them properly. The team is set up for a fast retake though. Looking at the economy, they still have a full buy, so they have more chances.
They would be avoiding the operator going that way. This is a fast play, it seems. Liem dashing in. Does not get the timing on the flash rain and gets shut down.
Wow.
Not looking
Spike
good for the
down,
fast
B.
push.
Yeah,
Team Shinka seems to be pushing ahead. Do keep in mind that this is probably at this point one of the most defender-sided maps in the game at the moment. So nothing is lost yet. Index missing a shot.
Time to hunt.
Yeah, just
And
like
a
that,
2v2
we are in a 2v2
retake.
retake. Dog gets taken down. Index holding a nice little tight angle with the operator. Let's see if Wasi can get punished for peeking it. But Index is walking up. Wasi, he doesn't expect him. Spear is now in a 1v2. See if he can make something happen. Places a turret to look out for Neutrino. Wasi's upstairs. He knows the information, but Neutrino peeks out anyways, and the match is taken down with a double peek. Very, very
Index.
solid post plant.
A little bit unfortunate for Index. Playing a retake with the operator is not really ideal, but there were no guns available on the floor for him to swap out to. So no chance he's a Phantom or a Vandal instead. You know, an operator on a retake, accepting some maps is not necessarily the best pick.
Yeah. Let's see. The economy is looking pretty poor for Team Shinka. Again, they have a bit of some scrappy buys. Some people own a full buy, some people own a half buy. Some Bucky's coming out. Let's see what they can make do with that.
They do invest in armor as well. We have an actual near full buy coming from Team Shinka, which is surprising.
That's true. He's getting wallbanged, and look at that angle that Wasi's holding.
Spear
trying to
again
get it run
with
away.
the Sheriff.
Spear gets a nice
Where
pick
did he
on
get
aim.
a kill from? That's on A main, I believe.
Yep. Index with a shotgun, misses the shot. Oh no, that must hurt. Liem
Late
gets a bit of a
reaction.
shot. Spear, he's done it before. Can he do it again? The hold an A side with the Sheriff. With the kill,
This is
gets
a
flashed
comfortable
out of the
spot for
angle.
him.
Can he get a pick? Misses the Wasi, and now
We tend
Team Liem has full control of A side, and they win a 3-3 retake. Shinka fades out one more person. The Trina though, that must be pretty bad, and Indiac getting taken down by Wasi. Banshee in a 1v3. The Trina is low HP though, if he can get the drop.
Gets the
Nice
angle.
hit. He has the angle, oh my god, on the 1v1! Wasi, he has to hold him off. Ults, face the ult, oh wow! Takes him down,
Well
beats him with the ult.
Shame
What do
we
you think
did
of that?
not get a repeat performance from Spear with that Sheriff.
Last
Very
round before the
juicy
switch.
plays, or as Shinka said it in the pre-match interview, spicy plays from Spear. However, no more than just a 1 kill on A main. Shame, but that does leave the economy of Shinka in tatters. They're forcing for the last round. We see a Guardian coming out, 2 judges, the Spectre and the Phantom. actually an operator on attack on Team Liem, and it's not on Liem himself, not on the Jet. We see the operator on Sky, not a side that you see very often.
That is true. I wonder what they're able to make do with that.
Revealing area.
Looks like the operator is going to be posted up on mid. The arrow will pick up Jet though. Gets a nice
Team
pick on
Liem
Shinka.
Playing for map control.
Yeah, very
With a
risky by
cat.
Shinka to just peek mid right like that into an operator.
Probably not expecting the operator on attack. We don't see it that often, though that might change with the new price reduction.
Must be the
Index
case.
leading short to cover mid, and that leaves the A side again as a prime target to attack. Spear going undetected once again.
Yeah, he is posted up and in. Let's see if he can get multiple kills. Gets one with the judge, but gets traded out. That nerf really has changed the outcome of that little play there.
For sure, the range is just not what it used to be.
Index
For
gets
the
another
better,
one
in
with
my
the Trina
opinion.
though. Yeah. Gets a third one with the judge. And
Still
just
in
like
it.
that, NDS is left
No
alone in a
time.
1v3. Lurking.
Not
Somehow
time to get
can
there.
work this
They can
out.
just stick it. They can just stick it, and that's what they do.
Wow. The judges have actually reclaimed the round. 4 kills by judges that round. All on A side.
Ha! And we end on a 6-6 half. Very evenly matched. However, as I said before, this map tends to be quite defender-sided, which is actually surprising that Team Shinka did not win defense, given they have a more defensive lineup. They've got the Sage, they've got the Astra and the Killjoy. I must say, I'm not sure how I feel about that Astra pick anymore. We did not see too much impact with the Astra utility that I can recall.
Yes, that is very true. But maybe they will be able to bring in the Astra a bit more on attack, with different fakes in Astra's ultimate, which can be very good for an execute. But we can see right now they're kind of going for spreading out a bit. Team Shinka going for general map control. Liem peeking for info.
Neutrino denying the map control right away, smoking off top mid. Doesn't allow Banshee to actually put up mid. Very split right now. If they get caught out, they probably will be calling for the A rotate. And the A rotate is happening.
Yeah, they get a
Team
pick.
Shinka gonna capitalize on this. We do still have that Killjoy util on B. But that should be turned off in 2 seconds. Actually, no.
Look at the over-rotation. Once you overextend, they got to pick on name 8, and now B's completely wide open. Only Neutrino is in a very weak position. She might get... Does not catch Shinka off guard. Liem gets a pick
Are they
on
going
mid,
to
though.
realize that the Killjoy utility is down? Actually, should be back up. There is no Killjoy utility left, sorry. I think that Charlie has recalled his utility, and now, yeah, we do see that. He has gotten his cooldowns back, but no time to place his util. Will he get spotted in that area? Gets caught out, and this is looking highly unlikely for Team Liem.
Next in a nice position, NTS might not expect him. Oh, he does! Oh, the timing! He pulls out the Astro form, and NTS peeks him right at
That's
that moment.
a big misplay from Index.
They're now stuck in 1v2. India is posted up on long. Gets a nice little damage on NDS.
One enemy remaining.
But gets picked off, and now he's in a 2v1.
standing.
Oh, but Chick is under the wall with the shorty. Can the Trina trade him? Run it down! Missing the shots! Oh no!
Think of
That
the
is a
jumping
massive
right-click
misplay.
headshot. Jumping
Wow.
right-click headshot, it never misses. It never misses. It's still so strong, even after the nerf several months ago. That gun is still a menace that you do not want to face at close range.
Unbelievable. Well, if Liam got the first round, Shinka made sure to get the second one. That was an incredible play from Shinka. Locking down that clutch and making sure that they have the advantage coming into the second half.
Interestingly, we do see a Marshall on Callan, on Sky, on the defender's side. Buying up the Marshall, pistols across the board for the rest of Liam's team. You see a heavy A
Absolutely.
presence. Just Liem to extend with a classic in hand.
Yeah, it's a questionable choice putting a lone Jet to hold off A site. I mean, Liam has been known for some clutch plays, but I'm not sure if even he can pull this off. I mean, a Jet on A site with no utility to hold off a rush. You're just relying on your aim there. You can see the
fast
execute
A play.
coming in. Counter flash by Rossi. Gets a pick. Nice little pick on India. Liam is still hiding on site. Gets another pick. Shinka trades back with one. Spear, again getting a double kill onto Liam and Wasi, and just like that they've taken A side. They did lose 2 people in the process, but let's see if Team Liam can do some extra damage to Team Shinka on this Eco round.
That Marshall definitely seemed to have paid itself back. If they win this, then this is all due to Sky's Marshall plays.
Absolutely. And
Let's
yes,
see
might
if he
get a
gets
couple
the
of
timing.
Banshee.
That's the
Let's
timing.
get a nice little kill. And that
They don't
overkill.
need
Wow.
fear with the
Okay.
quad kill. Wow. How did he
NTS.
get the? Oh, it was fall damage. Wait. How did he get fall damage? I'm
I don't know.
confused.
That was very weird. NDS also just stood in the Killjoy molly and didn't realize that he was going to die to the Nano Swarm. After
that
getting
must
such
have
an
been the
impactful
damage.
pick.
Yeah, that must have been the fall damage. Just misascribed the fall damage instead of the actual molly damage from Killjoy. Standing in that molly is not very pleasant.
Absolutely.
They're leaving the bomb in T-spawn, actually. Is this a misplay? Is anyone going to run back for the bomb? It does seem like Index is running.
Yeah, there he goes.
That might slow down their B push. It looked like they were wanting to go for a quick B rush on their bonus round. But that is not possible anymore.
Absolutely. See if they can make
Information
anything
gained
happen.
yet?
Maybe some Sova recon darts for info, but they do have 3 people towards B main. And even Wasi is going for an early rotation. They might be sensing that something's happening here. Spraying through the smoke, gets Shinka through the smoke. Wow, that is unfortunate. Gets
Banshee!
Oh my god, NDS just went huge.
Give
and
us another one,
completely shuts
NDS.
down
Give us another one.
Wow, okay. Well, now Team Shinka are in a big, big trouble.
Seemingly
this
left
round.
confused about what to do, and Liem almost getting caught off.
Here gets a nice pick on Wasi, but Liam now knows where he is. And so does Neutrino.
He's afraid of the rotate to A, but there is still no rotate. They're staying around that B area.
Wow, 2 quick frags coming in. Neutrino does not manage to hold down Spear.
Yeah.
Gets taken down. NDS is now alone, again spraying through the smokes, hoping to get another pick. But I think this B execute is inevitable.
30 seconds left.
If Team
looks like
Liem
they're going
loses
back.
this, which it looks like they will, this is going to be a massive blow for their economy, as Team Shinka was actually on a bonus round. They're now in the 3v1 against NDS. His position known and a free route to A, where they will be planting. NDS probably paranoid of every corner he will face, not knowing where they could be. They could be on mid, short, anywhere.
Yeah, and as you can see, actually, they decided to pull back from B at the last possible time, and NDS wasted their flash trying to clear B. Little did he know that they're actually going A, and now he's stuck on a very, very difficult, near impossible 1v3
NDS
retake.
NDS flushed towards heaven with that Killjoy molly, and now his position is known. 3 gun barrels facing him, and a Sova drone doing reconnaissance. And that is a massive loss for Team Liem. That
And
will
look
put
at the-
Shinka's team straight into the lead and ready to snowball. This is, if I was Team Liem, I'd be scared right now.
Yeah, they're forced into a half by round, and I'm not really sure how they will deal with that. But I mean, look at Spear though, he went absolutely huge there. The stand-in, he got 4 kills, lurking on mid. When the round was looking already so poor with NDS getting a double kill through the smoke, they actually recover in a 3v5 with Spear getting a 4k. That must be absolutely massive, must feel incredibly good. Let's
When
see
the
what-
stand-in becomes a standout, am I right?
Exactly.
So we see Team Lien on a very low buy, just preparing for the full buy next round. Yeah,
Ouch.
instant headshot. Nothing to do about it. Didn't have head armor, so it only takes 1
Team's got to
fat
get
shot.
caught the knife out. He does get spotted though, so he has to fall back.
You see a bit of an even spread. Team Shinka around the map, just waiting for Team Liem to make more mistakes. They know they have the advantage. They know they don't have to push. And Shinka, again, gets a 2nd kill in the exact same position.
Onto Liam, nonetheless. And they're stuck in a
Charlie
3v5
leading B.
trying to hold on to every part of the map.
Looks like Team Shinka is setting up bake towards E before bursting out on B side. Let's see if the rotate does come in. We do not know what kind of information they have at the moment. Banshee's been spotted. Let's see if the rotation does come in.
And
They're
she's
getting
actually
map
playing quite
control.
aggressive. Yeah. They're basically getting pushed back to their spawn. Look at the positions on the minimap. They're just stuck in their spawn. They don't have B control. They don't have A control. But they do sense an A take. NDS gets picked off by Shinka
30
in short.
seconds left.
And again, Neutrino and Charlie are just
One
looking
enemy remaining.
for some damage to do. Neutrino gets picked off, pushing through the smoke. Charlie's left alone in a 1v5. Surely, this is impossible.
He'll be happy with some damage, but he's denied any damage. Shinka with the quad kill, definitely pulling his weight as he's leading his team to what seems like the win at this point, with 18 kills and 12 deaths, which is rivaled actually by the other team captain, who's also, Liem is also on 18 kills but 13 deaths. Charlie having a bit of a rough game, to be fair, only posting up 1 kill so far. It seems that, you know, the kills are distributed quite unevenly across both teams, with just a couple standout players per team.
Yeah, and you can tell that from the fragging that both team captains really want this first lap. It'll really give them the edge. Wasi Dogging manages to get some information towards A main.
Well, we saw the rivalry in the interview, and it seems like they're carrying it game.
Absolutely. Astro Stars signify a massive A take, and their lack of map control towards other side of the maps might prove to be an issue for them if any members of Team Liem decide to go for a flank.
Truth be told, Index has placed on B at the same time, so Team Liem, is unable to rotate without any further info, which they're not getting. They're not taking any map control, not taking any duels. They don't know where Team Shinka is right now.
Look at that, the exit is coming in. Killjoy coming out, Shinka gets a pick towards Wasi under heaven, and just like that, all members of Team Shinka are spilling out onto the site with no contest due to the Killjoy ult. And now Team Liem are stuck in a retake. And this is looking really grim for Team Liem, because now they're in a retake, 4v5, very difficult. Liem has lost as well, and they have no money for next round. And it will be
Reno lining up the flash for NDS to push, but finds nobody. They're all tucked into A main. That bomb plan is perfect for them, holding Banshee on side. Gets out with his life so far. How is that possible?
Last player standing.
Finally, NDS trying to do as much as he can, but I don't think this is possible. 3 people main go down. Yeah, 11-6, and it's really not looking well for Team Liem. Now their money's poor. They have to decide whether they want a forced buy or just half buy, and have to concede essentially a match point.
Honestly, when it was a 3v5, I do believe the wiser call for Team Liem would have been to just save, as they're now faced with very tough economical decisions. Do they go for this, or do they play for overtime? It seems like they are going to play for overtime. They would have been probably in a better situation saving that 3v5. It's almost impossible to flush that many players out of A main. Let's see how they can defend with this subpar buy. Liem actually taking matters into his own hands, but forced back by that turret.
Yeah, going back, and now defense doesn't really know what to do. You know, Team Shinka are slowly starting to take up map control. Why is he going for a flash for information? Does manage to detect some presence on mid.
Does understand that Team Shinka has been pushing through mid a lot of the times.
Both team captains are now taken down. Oh, Spear gets a huge kill towards Wasi. And now, basically, they have to give up mid control. They just have to play the bomb sites and hope that the SMGs will do the job.
Team Liem very split up. If any push comes in, whether it's A or B, they will not be able to support each other. But as I say, that NDS actually was going to consider going A, but now afraid of that B take. And if it is going A, then it's going to be Charlie yet again, just alone, yet to post up his second frag on the board.
But look at that, India actually misses Charlie. They might have detected him. He could go huge here with his SMG. But he's gonna get shot in the back. Oh no!
Oh, Charlie! Oh, he could hear the footsteps.
Yeah. NDS trying to get a pick with the chef, gets a headshot, but does get taken down. Neutrino in 1v4, rushing in, crazy look in her eyes, but gets taken down as well.
We haven't seen any work done by the Stinger so far. They have been heavily nerfed. However, the Marshall, which has been reduced in price, has been seeing some action in the hands of Wazi, if I'm not mistaken, getting some very nice shots with that.
Yeah.
Now we're going into a full buy. Shinka on the operator on attack. Very interesting. They're looking to close this out, and they're looking to close it out fast. Then again, looking ready for it. They're gonna match. They're gonna meet each other head on.
Here.
Let's find out how this will go. This can get messy right off the bat.
Yeah, look at this.
And they're meeting each other.
Nice little flash.
Huge flash. But traded out right away. Charlie does get a kill.
Nice little ult from Banshee, gets one. Is he going to keep up the pressure? Chase Neutrino down. Neutrino is trying to run away, get in good position. Oh, it just manages to get into B side just in time. And Wazi's now rotating to try and keep this game alive. He's got a nice little lurk. Neutrino does hear Banshee next to.
One enemy remaining.
Shoots him in the back. 1v2 Spear. He's done it before. Can he do it again?
Neutrino out of bullets, has to fall back for the
Gets
reload.
flashed out. Look at the Skylight as well. Makes Spear blind. He's a sitting duck right now in the middle of B side. Gets taken out by Neutrino.
That
Wow.
map win will be delayed for Team Shinka. They got close. Not sure if the operator there was the right decision, to be completely fair, especially going on a B push like that.
Exactly. Yeah, that was very, very risky. But it does mean that, you know, Team Liem does recover a little bit in terms of economy. Although at this point, economy does not matter for Team Liem because they need to win every single round, 5 rounds in a row. But if they pull it off, this would be an incredible comeback.
Looks like Team Shinka has had enough of B. Is now willing to go to A, where Neutrino, instead of Charlie this time, is ready to give them a warm welcome.
And look at that Killjoy ult up on Spear as well. He's probably going to
Very
use it.
little information gained on A. They could simply walk up here. Trailblazer destroyed. They know exactly where Wazzy is.
But they have a crossfire going on here. Neutrino and Wazzy do
They're
manage
rotating.
to repel.
All 5 of them rotating to A.
Look at the information Wazzy's getting. He's hearing a ton of footsteps going back. He's probably calling that they're heading back to mid. And Team Liem is getting ready to rotate and hold them off on mid as well, keeping the situation under control. Mike dropped on A main.
Spear
He
heading
must
back
have heard that.
to B, probably to sell a fake. Let's find out what he does. He does have his ultimate online. He might try and put down his ultimate to sell the fake on B. Let's find out what he does. Okay, he's cleared the corner, so he might feel safe to do that now. Getting into that corner, I think this is what's going to happen. That is exactly what's going to happen. And Team Liem responds. Oh, actually does not respond.
Look at Neutrino though. Neutrino gets flashed, gets taken down by Banshee. Nice little entry frag. And this is looking like the end for Team
30
Liem.
seconds
This will be an extremely hard retake for them, but they have to go for it.
Spike planted.
Spear pulled away that rotation with a simple ruse of that Killjoy ult, but a counter in Killjoy ult is coming out. All the
Liem
ults
gets a
coming
nice
online
hit.
right now.
Nowhere to run.
Oh, but they're getting flanked. The Killjoy ult will go down. And now, this retake opportunity is dead. But
Shinka
Wazzy's
tucked
defusing.
away, but he
Shinka-
got him.
He gets taken down by the...
Last player standing.
Oh my god! Spear, can he save the game?
Placing
Clock is ticking down. He's got to get the nanoswarm up. And I don't think they can do anything. They have to spray him down. They get him down. Can they get it in time? I think they can.
They do have time. This went right down to the wire. Almost
my
every
God.
ult in the game invested. Only the res and the teleport didn't come out. I'm actually not sure if the From the Shadows was even online before this round. So that seems like 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 7 ults invested in this round, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, wow, that was a very, very close round. Both teams were giving it their all. That flank with Spear, when he killed that Killjoy ult, I thought it was over. I thought they had no more gas left in the tank. But somehow they managed to find the impactful frags. Liem killed Shinka under heaven. And now it's 12-8. And Team Liem are not out of it just about yet.
I must say, Spear has been a standout for me, always getting that right timing on every rotate. Definitely a player to watch out for in the next map as well. Which will be Bind.
Wazzy though, getting some information towards A main. Look at
Shinka pushing
Shinka
up mid?
shifting up mid.
Does he know?
Oh, Liem takes down Shinka, and now it's a 4v5.
Shinka not checking his corners. That is a big shame.
Yeah. No.
Waiting towards that B side, calling them to come to him, wanting that duel, but not getting it. Charlie tucked in that Locks position.
NDS spots out Spear with a jiggle peek.
Charlie still hiding, not playing contact, surprisingly.
Yeah, I think he's just hoping that they don't check him if they do decide to rush. But look at the rest of the players of Team Shinka. They're actually set up for an A take. And there are 2 players on A. Liem going for a very heavy lurk. Spear manages to dash away in time. Does get some damage in
That Veil
though.
free card is used by Liem quite effectively, I
Exactly.
must say. They're still got great map control. Every part of the map is covered with that 4v5
30 seconds
that
left.
Team Shinka is facing right now, losing their team captain early on, which is actually the last person on the team they wanted to lose right now, as he had his resurrection online. We cannot use that as Spear got caught out. His barrel was sticking out from the wall. That is so unfortunate. And that
Now-
gives him the go-ahead to go A.
3 players are going to try to go for an A take. Wazzy takes 1, 2, doesn't get the 3rd. Index is now left in a 1v4 to try and save
No time to
the
plant.
map. Yeah, gets taken out by Liam. They level another round, and some BM coming in from Liam. Just what we like.
I would like to see Shinka play a little bit more passively rather than pushing down mid. When he has that resurrection online, that could definitely mean potentially the difference between winning this map or even going into overtime. If we're looking at the economy right now, it does seem like we are going into a full buy round, except Index, despite having over 3,000 credits after buying a judge,
Stay safe.
still on the judge on attack, which I think is not the right move. Definitely not the gun you want to have
Look at
in
Team Shinka
any.
though. Set up for a five-man B take. Charlie hiding in that
they
corner. They're
aware?
losing their patience. They managed to flush
Charlie
out
got
Charlie.
out. That's a free path to be, as there's no kills utility to stop them on alley.
Oh,
And they
no.
take instant B control. This could be it. This could be it.
Spike planted.
Wow.
Spear taking control again of that market position on the stairs. The Trino
Shinka
cut out.
gets
I
the
think
Trino.
this is it. Unless Team
Liem
Liem
and
pull out
SDS
something
up to the
huge out of
huge.
the bag. Liam half HP
Liam
gets
shot
cut out.
down by Idiot.
Good crossfire from Team Shinka.
Wasi gets one. What?
Cutting their vision.
Nelson flashing in. Doesn't manage to catch anyone.
Nobody offering up
Look at the
any
flash is
fights.
coming in from Wasi. Gets another pick.
Last player standing.
Does
Good
get taken
shutdown
down by
is all on
Mention. Great
MDS.
shot. NDS gets one. Rainy Kill might come in. One.
7 bullets in
my
the bag.
God, he gets the
Attackers
knife.
win.
Shinka ends the map in style. He
Oh
gets the
my
knife.
God.
That was brilliant. He knew. Somehow he knew that he could get that knife, or he knew that NDS was in 7 bullets. Even we see. That was a great end of the match. I think we will have around about a 10 minutes discussion before we go live into the next map, which will be Bind. Ivan, what do you think about this match? What were the standouts to you apart from that knife from Shinka to close out the map?
I think Spear went absolutely huge there. You could see he is the team MVP. But you could also see Liam and Wasi were trying their best to really hold that map alive. Going in with, starting that comeback, it looked like they were really ready to kind of get it all the way into overtime. Unfortunately, Charlie got picked off there at the end. But you can see, Liam and Wasi, they really, they had a lot of impact throughout the rounds. You could see together they had 7 first bloods, and they're the top 2 players in the match. But obviously, Spear and Shinka, they've also had their incredibly impactful rounds, the 3Ks, the 4Ks, where they really went huge for their team. And it was very surprising for me to see Team Shinka just kind of get some second wind after what I thought was a mediocre defense half, and they really managed to come alive in the attack and really gain that momentum to get them onto match point and eventually win them the map.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that sentiment around Spear. To me, he was the MVP of this map. He got all the rotations. He found that those little spaces, the fakes, took the fights, especially with that sheriff on that A side, over on the A side, always good for at least 1 kill. That one round we saw him get a triple, all clean headshots. Spear was just getting all the impact frags, in my opinion. Of course, he's not far behind, not far ahead. Some of the other players on his Shinka himself, just clean aim every single time. Maybe here and there some questionable decisions about the pace, and actually that is the one thing that I think was going really well for Team Liem on attack, was that changing pace, keeping Team Shinka on their toes. However, on defense, it seems like they weren't really doing that. I mean, Liam was trying to get those kind of pace changes in by pushing B, pushing mid sometimes, but always getting caught out by Spear, to be fair. So yeah, I mean, Team Shinka definitely came out ahead, but I think Team Liam, if they work or talk a little bit about their CT side, especially their defender side, then they are potentially in a good spot to take bind. I think that their attacker kind of style that they had with that changing pace would be even more effective on bind, given that they've got those teleporters, those double kind of choke points for every side that you can easily get to.
Yeah.
I think that will play in their favor.
Yeah, definitely. And keep in mind as well that this was actually Liam's map pick, Ascent, and now we will be going to Shinka's map pick. So in order to go to map 3, Liam will have to win on Shinka's pick. And we sincerely hope that he can pull it through, because I would love to see this series go to 3 maps. I think now we're going to take a little bit of a break, take about 5 minutes for all the players to reset and discuss what has happened towards the match. And we will be back with you in about 5 minutes. So, yeah.
See you then, guys. Stay around. We will be casting Bind after 5 minutes.
Yes.
Okay.
Right, welcome back, everybody. This is the Valorant Summer Showmatch. If you're just tuning in, we did just have a very exciting map 1 on Ascent, which was Team Liem's map pick, and we had a very back-to-back fight on the first half. But then when Team Shinka got to attack, they started to pull ahead with a very dominant performance, chaining some rounds together, and it looked like Team Liem was getting a bit of a comeback starting, but it got quickly shut down by Team Shinka. The final score was 13-9. And now we are going up with Shinka's map pick. So, Captain, what are your thoughts, and what kind of agents are you expecting to see on Bind?
Well, I mean, I think we're gonna see quite similar lineups. I'm not sure if Index will want to go for the Astra yet again. I don't think that he was getting the impact that he was looking for. I'm still expecting a Sky or a Sova on either team. I'm just hoping to see maybe a Viper or a Brimstone, maybe something to switch things up. And if we can get a Yoru or a KO, I'm all for that.
Definitely. And it looks like we will be going into Agent Select right now. Let's have a look and see what these teams have prepared for us.
Exciting.
Yeah, I'm hoping that maybe now with the map advantage, Team Shinka will be able to kind of come in and take some fancier and crazier and spicier, as Shinka has said, team picks. And look at that, we have a Yoru hovering on Shinka. Any thoughts?
Banshee on the control. Yeah, well, I'm hoping to see the Yoru. It looks like Index is swapping off the controller, letting Banshee get on that Omen. No more Astra, which I honestly do think it is the right pick right now, given that this is, a show match. These people have not played in a coordinated way before. I think Astra really does need that coordination to be played well. However, Omen is always a comfort pick on maps like Bind, especially with the teleport, where you can reinforce any site really within seconds. Spear on the Phoenix, potentially taking a book out of Scream's page, using the teleporter, using the ultimate to go through teleporters, hoping to see some of that. No Sage, no Killjoy. However, Index on that side is still a very strong agent, especially now that Jet dash through the tripwires anymore. And even we see the defending team, Liem team also has their lineup confirmed. What do you think about it?
Interesting. Liam and Wasi have actually swapped agents, and now Wasi's running on the Jet. Let's see if we can kind of get some more impact on that. But yeah, as you said, it'll be interesting to see how Jet plays into Cypher. Also, no Sage on either of the teams, which means that healing power is going away. However, Team Game does have the Sky, so we will see how that goes too. But I'm really looking forward to seeing Shinka's Yoru. He has been known to play Yoru a couple of times on Bind, with those steps, with the fake outs, with the teleporter, and just kind of the potential for Yoru on Bind out of all maps is pretty big. So we're going to the game now. Let's see what happens.
And also Neutrino swapping out that Omen for Brimstone. The battle of the OG controllers at the moment.
Yeah.
The Team Shinka grouping up towards that B side, where they will be faced with 3 people.
Yeah, 3 stack on pistol is quite common. It does look like Team Shinka are pulling towards the B side. They did put a Cypher Trooper on A short to prevent any flanks. Solid setup. Let's see if it pays off.
Also, interestingly, no raise on either side, which is usually such a common pick on this map to, use that boomball to clear hookah, to clear showers. Liam going for that early information, doesn't get anything. Scratch that, he's stuck in that corner, needs to flash right away. Catches Spear. Spear just caught off guard with his pants down his ankles. Index knows exactly where he is. And they're running right click. Yeah, peeking before his was executed. And that is gonna cost him with a 2 for the defender's side. Neutrino staying on that A side just in case the rotate comes in, but they will now know that that is not happening. 1v3 for Indy, and it wasn't to be. Charlie already getting 2 kills. I believe that's how many kills he ended on last map, so let's hope for many more.
Yeah, Team Liam off to a strong start. Dominant performance in the pistol round. Clearly punished for... Team Shinka were clearly punished for, trying to go for that B take. Didn't get the spike down, which signifies that they'll probably go for an eco round to make sure that they can buy. but they will be trying to get as many kills as possible this round to ensure that Team Liem's economy isn't, you know, perfect. We will see.
Interestingly, Wazi is on that Marshall again. We saw some great things from him on that Marshall, and now he does have the Jets. He's got that get out of jail card, pushing showers with it, or not finding anyone. Since Team Shinka seems to be leaning towards B again, apart from Spear, who's just holding the teleporter rotate, ready to hop in behind. There's so much information here. Is that Neutrino is in labs? It doesn't know she's pushed up forwards.
Ooh.
Guess the tag, but not the kill.
The rest of the team, though, for Team Shinka, they are set up for a B take. There are 2 players on A.
And they're afraid now since Spear was spotted on the A side. Don't dare rotate. Then again, they do have the better guns facing actually Charlie's full armor on the Ghost. Interesting. Let's also call out that crosshair, will we?
Oh wow, yeah, that is quite interesting. Very, very unorthodox choice of a crosshair. Haven't seen that one before.
I have
Dynamic
not seen
and
that one
circular.
before.
30 seconds
Wow.
left.
Good
What
pick
was
by
Banshee
Banshee.
looking at?
I think he was preoccupied with Charlie being in the corner.
No bodies dropped yet for Team. This is exactly what they want to see.
Look at that, 17 seconds. I don't even think they have enough time to plant the bomb.
Grouping towards that A side, which is exactly where Shinka is creeping
10
into.
seconds left.
Dodges the flash, but gets domed by Neutrino. Neutrino does go down for
Player
it.
standing.
Bomb on the ground, no
Spike
time
down
left.
A.
Whatever Index does, nothing will be enough, and he does go down without a kill. Only one player dropped on that, on that defensive side, which is probably exactly what they would hope for. Now they've got quite a solid bonus to go for. Charlie, who was on that Ghost heavy armor, as we said last round, actually opting to go for that Vandal third round. Interesting.
So actually, the lack of buying kind of paid off for him because now he can afford that. But obviously, Team Shinka now are on a do-or-die situation. They need to win this round in order to make sure that Team Liem doesn't get a significant edge in the economy.
They do need to win this round. They also need to win it with as many guns as possible. If they lose even one, they will not be able to rebuy, which is a massive loss. And Shinka taking some early damage, not able to trade any bullets at all. 2 Marshals on the defensive side as well, Neutrino and Wazi.
Down.
Euro TP going out, Shinka in the Euro teleporter.
Neutrino delivering.
Wow.
They win this. This is a great sign for Team Liem. Shinka thinking the better of it, rotating back towards that B side. Still not pushed. With that, alarm bot is gonna go off in 2 seconds. And he gets spotted. That
Only
alarm
2
bot's still
players.
not active.
Time to hunt. Got him. Hawk out.
Liem,
Blinded. Third.
I must say, I'm surprised Liem even went for the flash. He knew he was stunned. He could have simply swung and kept that flash for that actual eventual, that eventual B take.
I think he wanted to just secure the kill. There's 2v5.
Playing it safe, I can respect that. In the smoke, gets found out by Liem.
Hawk out. Blinded.
Shinka last one alive in hookah. Goes undetected. This could be huge.
Oh!
And this is a tragedy for Team Shinka, but at the same time, a great situation for Team Liem to be in. They've got all the money they could want. They could even stay on the Spectres and farm more money, while Team Shinka is low on money and has to go for Marshals and upgraded pistols at the very most.
Definitely. Very, very weird. I think Team Shinka were a bit hesitant to really go for that B take. They had 4 players versus only 2 on the B side defending, but that Killjoy Morning has really stalled enough for Liem to be able to get that pick on India at long, and that really swung the momentum of the round into Team Liem's favor. 3-0.
Do see Index has his ult online after the Cypher ult has been made cheaper in the latest patch. That is now a lot easier to do. Only 6 points instead of 7. And Team Shinka rushing into that A side. Neutrino undetected. They know somebody's in the smokes now, and Spear gets caught out. Talon behind enemy lines. Bomb dropped. Retrieved by
One
Indiate.
enemy remaining.
Cannot
Spike
convert to
down
any.
A.
that. I mean,
It's
Team
Banshee alone.
Shinka, they're just getting mowed down. They should just get one. Wow, okay.
Charlie, I
very-
must call out, by the way, is on 4 kills and 0 deaths. This is a complete turnaround from what we saw from him in the last map.
Absolutely. He does seem to be a lot more comfortable with Bind and those Killjoy setups on B. Props to him for really bringing it back and giving Team Liem the edge on these rounds. 4-0 now, and Team Shinka are on a full buy, but you know they have no economy to back it up. So if they lose this, they're in big trouble.
Looking a little bit out of their depth, and I must say, I have not personally seen the Euro impact. No flashes I've seen connecting or any TPs to speak of. Double flash, double swing, sorry, by Team Liem. Finds at least one player. They know something is up around B, however, it could still be a default, which is why there is no rotation going. Liem finding 3, getting 2, getting... Oh, almost gets the triple kill. Great play by Liem. That already stops that push in its tracks. Actually, Neutrino went from that bathroom orb and now has her ult up.
That was a huge play by Liem. He really punished that little walk up on long without anyone playing anti-flash. Caught 3 people off guard, completely blind, and took down 2 of them. And now it's looking pretty poor for Team Liem again. For Team Shinka, sorry.
Still committing to that B play with 3 people versus 4. In the 8, low on health, dies. Charlie!
Absolutely huge.
Charlie is now leading in frags, going 7-0, almost the reverse 007 Agent James Bond, but reverse is Charlie right now. 7-0 and 4 ults online for Team Liem, which also includes the Brimstone ult and that Killjoy ult. They can afford to play passive now, as they've got these very, very powerful retake ults. And this is looking very poor for Team Shinka. 5-0 and Team Shinka on a half buy yet again.
Definitely agree with you. This is looking like a very dominant half for Team Liem.
Spear taking ground very quickly. Moving on to side. Only 10 seconds have passed and he's already on that A side. But caught out by Brimstone.
Ooh.
Like I said, Neutrino delivering. Neutrino again.
Wow.
Launching smoke.
And now look at the retake. Oh. What's he doing? Super aggressive. Oh. What's the nice though?
Wazi tries to take advantage of the chaos, but does not. Vision Dart goes out, gets destroyed immediately. Banshee trying to connect with the operator, but finding nobody through the smoke. India doing everything he can to deny that bomb defuse, but it goes through. Only one player going down. It's Wazi trying to, you know, make use of that chaos and trying to connect with those knives, but not finding the kill. Gets this operator drop back, which is definitely a nuisance. An operator in the hands of a very capable Jet, and we've seen Wazi with the Marshall before. Interested to see how he does with that operator right now.
Yeah, definitely. Wazi has been known to get some picks with the Marshall, and obviously if you have an operator and you're on Jet, that just brings a whole load of potential for you. 6-0.
Liem again getting the info.
Oh,
Almost getting punished. And no Sage on their team does not have a chance to regain his health. Will have to play a very passive corner. And yes, committing to that spray but falling back towards elbow. It's looking like that B take is increasingly likely. That split. Phoenix ultimate committed. Liem does go down after taking down that Phoenix ult.
I know
Does
exactly
make
where
something happen with 10 HP. Very impressive.
Rifle coming in now. They're all forced out of backside.
Spike down B.
And the S destroying the dreams of Team Shinka. And another one of those retake ults that's so very powerful, but can get destroyed if I'm not mistaken.
Absolutely. But, you
To
know,
TP.
they are choosing to take the passive approach. They do have the Omen ult to get the spike down. And it's now on to Shinka to provide the better lurk and to try and catch the Reyna off guard.
Shinka not in the right position to catch anyone right now. He will have to be fairly quick. Of course, he doesn't want to give his position away. He does not know where any of the other players are so far. Trino moves in.
One enemy remaining.
Gets Banshee. It's all on Shinka now. Who gets the angle?
Oh!
Gets the kill. He has an ultimate. He can actually screw around with the mind games against Neutrino. He can get through that molly with his ultimate if he tries.
That one way smoke really backfired, but Neutrino's sticking it.
Tries the wall bang it. Neutrino's sticking it. Shinka!
Anyone
I
else
don't
think
even
they can
know
pull
if
a
that
guard?
crosshair was on Neutrino's body. I think he got a stray shot connecting. That was a full run. He wasn't even aiming. Let's be honest, that was a fluke.
Yeah, I mean, Shinka, you know, in the pre-match interview, he was talking all this smack about how Liem only hits one gunshots. What on earth was that? He wasn't even aiming at Neutrino. And he was lucky that Neutrino, 1, didn't stick it, and 2, was low HP. That could have gone very different had there always been slightly more in Team Liem's favor.
Yeah, Shinka giving Team Liem a bit of a taste of their own medicine, it seems.
Absolutely.
Neutrino hearing the push come in on A. Shinka waiting with that ult to get maximum value out of it. Going through CT, spots Neutrino. Where will he end the TP? Will he get back to short or no? Gets Liem in the back, completely unaware.
Captain Div, what can I say?
Neutrino caught out as well, and this is actually looking really good for Team Shinka for the first time in this half. It's looking very good from the get-go. He caught out with the operator in hand. Shinka with the triple, and he can go for the quadruple. He's got the operator in hand now. Does he know that one has snuck past him in CT? I don't think they know. Banshee getting caught out. Shinka hears him.
Wow.
Easy kill for Shinka. What a play. He single-handedly, the captain of this team, takes his team into the lead.
Absolutely. Taking down the Liem, who was the strongest player on their team on Ascent and top fragging right now. And now he just converts it into a 4K. That was actually extremely well played by Shinka. And this is the impact of Yoru that we've been asking for. You know, this is what you kind of were commenting that we were missing. Shinka's now finally brought it to the table. And now they're starting to get a few rounds back in their favor. And Liem's economy is starting to dwindle.
This is looking a fairly even matchup in this round at least. Both team captains top fragging their teams. Liem with 9 frags, Shinka with 7. We do see there could be a bit of an operator battle going on with Shinka keeping that operator he found in heaven, taken from Wazi, who has rebought an operator, which does leave his economy in a very rough spot if he does lose this round.
Stay down.
That being said, gets the frag. That looked fucking clean and easy shot for Wazi. Indy having a bit of trouble with the turret over there.
Yeah, those 1v1s against turrets can be quite tricky, you know? But it does mean that they get hookah control.
Liem not convinced that the B-Take is coming in, actually rotating back to A, whereas the B-Take is coming in. That drone spotting out Charlie. Is Charlie ready to capitalize on this? Gets caught out by Indy. And yes, in a great spot. Gets away with his life. Great decision by Eric.
Down B.
6 bullet in his magazine, but Shinka misses his operator shot. This is not looking good. Shinka alone with an operator, not the gun you want to have in a 1v4. If they peek 1 by 1 after each other, there's no chance he gets this unless he teleports. Quick teleport. He does not have a gate crash available to get back to where the action is, so opting to change, to stay in that teleport and saving the operator, they could spam him through the wall. He's on low
10
HP.
seconds left.
That could actually be quite dangerous for him.
But they
Quite
are,
dangerous
of
for their
course,
economy.
on the other side of the map, so it doesn't look like the spray will be coming in. It looks like they will let Shinka get away with it. And, you know, Team Liem do manage to recover from those 2 rounds, and, you know, they managed to keep their economy afloat with this win. That was quite an important win.
Completely fair, Shinka could have gone for extra kills since his team's economy is in better shape than Team Liem's. If he had gotten away 1 or 2 guns, that would have benefited them more, as Shinka was approaching the 9k full money mark, the maximum money that you can have in the game. Opting not to do that, saving the operator, might be not facing the enemy operator, which is still in the hands of Wazi on short this time. Playing aggressive angle, he get Indy, doesn't see him cross. Oh, he wasn't even spotted by the cam, but dashes out anyway. Probably a smart decision. Catches in next and the spike.
Down A.
Spike has been heard.
Oh no, he does not have the dash available there because he already used it, so he doesn't take it down.
Great reaction by Spear. They know exactly where Liem is, but that flash is too strong at that moment. Neutrino missing kills, but not a problem. And doesn't get spotted by Indy. Massive misplay. 2v2 retake. Charlie gets the kill.
Spike down A.
Coming and clutching and
Holy-
behind that plant.
Animation. Shinka somehow gets spotted out. Must be the elbow of his character model coming out. Shinka, quick kill. Seems to know exactly where NDS is right now.
Decoy.
Trying to bait out that peek by NDS.
I got to spot.
Knows exactly what's going on, but NDS... Yeah, Shinka just too slow for that. He didn't know where he was. If he had scoped on maybe a fraction of a second earlier, that round might have looked very different. NDS dropping over that operator he borrowed from Shinka back to Ozzy, taking it back to A.
Definitely. And now, look at the economy on Shinka's team. They are starting to be on a bit of a weak buy once more. You know, if they lose this round, they have to eco.
And Team Liem can afford to lose this, will still have money for the next one. They must be feeling very comfortable right now. Only 2 rounds left in this half. And looking to close us off on a very dominant start.
Wow.
Liem gets away with murder.
Literally.
Literally. Spear, unafraid.
Seek the round one.
Joke's over. You're dead.
Oh no! What a whiff by
I
Leo.
know exactly where you are.
Both his ult floaters destroyed by... And NDS gets got by Indiate. This is looking really good for Team Shinka. Despite a lackluster showing in the rest of this half, this is, you know, where they can take it back. An 8-4 half is not something to really be too afraid of. You can come back from that. They do need this round. Ozzy a little bit unsure where to aim. Found that everywhere. And it looks like that
My pot.
that Sky ult was actually still going around the map and found him in CT.
Wow.
One enemy remaining.
Neutrino found Wazi trying to get away, going in for the refrag, knows that their money is not the greatest, I think. Finds nobody, as they all opt to get through the teleporter. And Wazi saved the operator. Actually, we see a bit of a reverse of the roles here with, you know, Charlie going quite huge. Went
Last
8-0
round
if I'm
in
not
the half.
mistaken, is now on 9-5, whereas, you know, the call-out player that we talked about last game, Spear, is on the bottom of the scoreboards of the entire game, only going 3-9 right now on that Phoenix, which should be a more, you know, high fragging agent than the Killjoy he was on before.
Definitely, yeah. And if you compare this to Ascent as well, Neutrino and Charlie have really stepped up for their teams. They were kind of not really performing, being a bit quiet in the game in Ascent. Now, look at them. They're second and third fragging both on 9 kills. They're doing extremely well.
Which is especially important, you know, being on the defender side and them playing, you know, very defense characters. I don't know what to think about Wazi taking the ult orb there, only having 1 orb to begin with in the second to last round. Charlie paranoid. Charlie will be caught out. He was refusing to be found, but he did get found eventually. Shinka teleporting back to safety.
That was a very, very impressive play by Shinka. He actually ulted to find out where Charlie was and then asked for the flash from
enemy
Neutrino,
remaining.
or Banshee, sorry, to be able to secure that kill when he ults out. That was very, very good display of teamwork and how to probably use your...
Wazi's not getting a break, first getting camped, then getting vision darted. This man is not getting a good time on this map on defense.
Yeah,
Getting spotted out with that operator on every single round. And we're switching sides, and the final score is an 8-4. Like we said earlier, not really a score. You know, it's still a dominant score, but it is something that Team Shinka can come back from. Being, you know, behind, again, just like Ascend is quite a defensive map. And like we said earlier as well, just last round, you know, that defensive kind of setup that Team Liem has may be a little bit harder to work with on this half.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. 8-4 is definitely not a decider score. Let's just see what, you know, Team Shinka can pull off. They do have the Cypher and the Sova that will really be able to defend well.
What I'm looking for in this half is Liam's flashes trying to buy space for Wazi dash into sides and get those aggressive peaks. Teleporter knows exactly where they are. They're aware of it. They're aware of it.
Oh, once he's expecting it, he does TP out.
That's done.
Spear gets the first one. This is looking promising. Index another one.
Spike down.
Wazi with the Sheriff, which is, you know, Jet being one of the... Wazi again! You know, the Sheriff being one of the guns that you usually do not get on pistol round.
Last
Jet is one of
player
the only
standing.
characters... Wazi again! That's a triple! And a quadruple!
Oh my god! Why is he going absolutely huge with the Sheriff?
That was a saying. Jet is probably the only agent in the game that can really pull off a Sheriff on a pistol, as, you know, dash is their most important utility. Gives them that ability to get out after a headshot or get out after a missed shot, which is something that other agents lack.
Yeah, I can definitely see the chat getting excited about that Wazi play, and I'd love to let you guys know that we are just as excited about it. That was incredible gameplay from Wazi. But look at this, they're going for an ace stack, and you know, Team Liem are going to play right into it.
And that play by Wazi is going to make it very hard to come back. Shinka. Speaking of the devil, he is trying to get out of bathroom, missing the corner. Liem catches him for Shinka. Liem doing work. Firmly in the lead of the leaderboard as well right now, and further cementing his place at the top right there.
Index.
Next,
Can you
Player
Oh
standing.
no!
Just connect the right click, but does not do enough damage to get the kill. And yes, with the ghost, surprisingly, which mean that he'll probably go for a Vandal upgrade or a Phantom upgrade in this round. And looking at the scoreboard, he's still deciding what he should be doing. Still on the ghost. Yeah, we do see a buy coming in from Team Shinka with Index on the judge. He does like that gun we saw in the last match. It's one of the only guns he actually played in the match, to be fair.
Yeah.
LDS has now upgraded to a Vandal, which means that it's looking like a bonus with 3 Vandals on the attacker side.
Yeah, and you know, the fact that they got a flawless on the bonus round means that, you know, their economy is going to be very strong. So, going in now.
Index caught out, tries to reload. They know exactly where he is. He's trying to find a better position. By the way, Spear did get that ultimate orb, so he's very close to that run it back, which should be coming on either this round or next round, which would be very helpful, getting through teleporters, getting info, and retaking sites. Charlie pushing up. Gets caught up by Index. Index trying to look for more, doesn't find anything. Ooh, Cheeky picks up the Vandal. And everybody teleports to A side where Shinka is trying to rotate, but might be caught in the back by Wazi. He goes right around the corner, doesn't get spotted. Great arrow by Indy. Doesn't get the convert. Oh, doesn't convert into a kill. Shinka going back.
Oh, what a lurk. Gets Shinka.
Wazi's ready. For the wall bang, doesn't get it. Does some damage though. Spear does have his ultimate online. Will go for that retake attempt. Getting info. Indy and Spear taking points. Liem does flash. Good flash on Indy, but I think he's being followed by...
Last player standing.
Trino could make this happen. She can do this.
On the money.
Gets one. Ooh, pulls out the molly a little too soon. Because this...
The molly misses.
It's not on the bomb. Spear gets it. No, Spear does not get it. But there's still plenty of time for Index to get this, or for Banshee to get this ultimate charge. Index should be the one taking it, actually. Going, you know, he would get his ultimate, but opting not to for some reason. Letting Banshee take the ultimate point.
Yeah. Very good recovery from Team Shinka. Again, you know, despite Wazi being the lurk in short and getting that pick on Shinka, you know, that must have been quite disorienting for the team. But they've managed to really group up and go for that retake, and they executed it pretty well. And
very solid retake. However, that left, you know, losing, I think, 3 players, if I'm not mistaken, has left their economy in a really bad spot. They are on 2 judges, a marshal, and 2 rifles. If they lose this, they could be harmed further. Vision Dart going out, spotting 3 players. Spear knows it's coming in.
Ooh.
Gets away just in time, doesn't take a single hit of damage, but gets dropped by Wazi. Wazi getting to heaven. Gets Indy, doesn't get Indy.
Oh.
Pulls out the frenzy and gets him.
Spike down A.
Gets 1 shot. 1 opportunity. Mom spaghetti, but doesn't hit the shot.
Weird position now.
Ready for Shinka.
Last
Liem
player
actually
standing.
kill.
Spike
Index
planted.
last player alive, but that judge doesn't even look in the angle where they could be thinking somebody's in labs, but nobody's actually there. They're all on default. NDS ready to peek. Index could have actually connected that, but NDS being so low, Dutrina on side, he knows exactly where he is. This could be a win. NDS is very low, but he switches gun, and that is his demise. Liem pulling their team firmly to the lead with an 11-5 lead.
Yeah, much more dominant performance by Team Liem. Very much unlike what we saw in Ascent. A lot more decisive now. A lot more trades coming in. You know, they're just playing a lot better, much higher quality Valorant. And Wazi has now also pulled through to being second on the scoreboard with those very impactful jet entry frags. Obviously, that amazing pistol round, and just there, you know, getting that space with the knife kill onto Spear, dashing it onto Heaven, and getting the Nova as well.
Shinka team's economy is in shambles. They're on a Bucky, even a shorty on Shinka himself, the man who's stopping the leaderboard for Team Shinka. What happened there? Index getting caught out by the Wolf. Still unspotted. Just barely gets the kill. Wazi, just a full running gun double spray down. Just thankful he's still alive. Shinka ready for the push in. Nobody's
Spike
offering
planted.
him. Liam pushing in. Doesn't even see him.
Oh no.
Shinka goes back. Try to get the gun. He has the gun.
Standing.
He will have to perform a miracle, and he is ready for him to peek.
Portal
Get it though.
closed.
Oh. Yeah, that headshot.
What a
was
wall
stabbing.
bang.
Just like
Yeah.
that, with a very dominant performance, Team Liem are at match point. Instant reply to that Ascent play. And, you know, Shinka and, you know, his teammates, not quite sure what to do now. They do have a full buy, thankfully, so they are able to be on even grounds with Team Liem for this match point to bring it back. And we also see an operator on Banshee, and hopefully, you know, you can do something with it. But yeah,
Looking
I mean,
like he will be peeking long B with it, where NDS seems to be quite eager to take that early peek.
yeah, he might be punished for that. Let's have a look.
They know
He does
exactly
very
where he is.
Ooh.
Banshee, good flick. Yeah, NDS, bit questionable, running up to the wall. Actually, if you stay behind the, you know, at the back wall, then your footsteps are not, it's not possible to hear your footsteps. Banshee frantically trying to get that ult away from Liam, but gets caught out by Wazi.
One enemy remaining.
Ooh,
Index
Index
trying
doing
to-
a double.
Down B.
Actually achieving the double spray down. Didn't think he got it, but he did get it. They're going for the teleport. Wazi left alone with his ult up, gets spotted by the Sova drone, gets tagged, pulls out his ult, back up again. We see Spear getting in for the refrag. He will not be able to teleport. If Spear gets him, Spear is right there.
Yeah, I don't think he knows
Wazi.
the spear flank.
He's not aware, and Spear gets him. That's a 12-6. The dreams of Team Liem getting this in a dominant fashion, or diminishing slightly, even though their economy is still in a great space. And to get back at what I was saying earlier, NDS was running up B long. If you stay at the back wall, your footsteps are not. You cannot hear footsteps from B long itself, from Garden. He did not do that, which gave Banshee plenty of warning to line up that operator.
For sure. We see India lining up a Sova dart. Try and, you know, get another round in. They still have a full buy on Team Liem. So let's hope that they can convert it.
This is giving Yoru, Shinka himself, information. There is no information on B to be gained, so they know when A push is coming in. Shinka with the judge, playing around default.
Oh no.
You're done.
Does catch Wazi, but goes out the 3-3 and then gets traded out. Banshee forced out of lamps. Operator in a very difficult spot, but gets it.
Bounce
Spike
shot.
planted. Last
Oh,
player
yes.
standing.
This could be it. Spear, last one alive, has to wait
One enemy
for that
remaining.
lockdown. Has his ultimate online. He could actually win this quite easily if he pops that ultimate at the right timing without NDS knowing his position. NDS is not aware of where he is. Doesn't seem to be considering that bathroom is an option. But actually in the hidden
Yeah.
spots, will know exactly where Spear is when he ults. This ultimate has to come online right now. Doesn't opt to
no.
ult, and
Oh.
that means the end of
Attackers
this map.
win.
13-6 scoreline. Team
Wow.
Liam takes it back. Wazi actually taking the lead in 2 rounds. I think he jumped up the scoreboard and topped Liam's score. Very impressive jet performance from him in the last few rounds.
Yeah, that was a very, very good adaptation from Team Liem. Putting Wazzy on that Jett, you could see he definitely showed up and he definitely performed with the getting match MVP. And it was a great answer overall. They're looking a lot more confident, a lot more trades coming in. Team Shinka did try to, kind of get back at them. They did have that Cypher B set up on that penultimate round, which was very good and it worked really well. And, the adaptation of putting Banshee on the operator. But as you saw on the A take, with the Brim ult, Banshee was actually forced out and was forced to play close angles with the operator, resulting in NTS getting a double spray down, which was very, very impactful, and it basically decided the fate of the round. Also a lot of credit needs to be given due to Charlie and Neutrino, who have completely changed their play from previous maps and have really showed up this map and have had some really, really clutch moments and some really good performances that have established early on the pace of the game and who was going to be dominant.
A bit of a shame that Charlie didn't continue his good performance from the the defender half into the the other way around, from the attacker half into the defender half. I don't think he got a single kill in that last half, staying on that 9 kills. That's a bit of a shame. However, Neutrino, I feel like, stepped up quite well. If you actually look at the scoreboard, Neutrino achieved 12 assists. Her scoreline eventually ended up at 12 kills, 12 deaths, 12 assists. That's quite even. Also middle of the scoreboard. Very solid.
Yeah, I mean, you're not really expected to frag out as a controller, but definitely did the job. Contributed to the team. Nice little executes.
I do think it was a bit of a shame that Spear did not show any of his, flashy performance from last map. Going to the bottom of the scoreboard of Team Shinka. Surprisingly, we called him out as one of the players to watch out for in the previous map, and no repeat performance. Maybe he can take it back on Haven, which will be our next map, and will be going into Haven after a short break, which will last around about 5 minutes. So stay tuned, and we'll see you then.
Yep, stay tuned, everybody. We'll be coming back with Haven, and it will be an incredible map because it's really, really high quality gameplay is to be expected from both teams on Haven.
Welcome back, everyone. We've just had two maps traded back and forth. The first map went to Team Shinka on Ascent, showing quite a good performance on both sides, actually. But the second map was even more dominant by Team Liem. I don't know what the actual end score was. I think it was a 13-7, if I'm not mistaken. But they will be hoping to carry that performance into map 3, which will be Haven. Typically a map that does have a lot of back and forth. Probably the only map in the game right now that is considered attacker-sided. All the other maps in the game favor defenders. Not this one. This one is typically attacker-sided. That's due to the 3 bomb sites and harder rotations for defenders and more options for attackers. So we will be hopefully kicking off soon and starting the map select. The agent select. I'm hoping to see more strange picks coming out, just like we saw the Euro pick in last map by Shinka himself. What do you think about this, Ivan?
Yeah, I think Haven is quite a clustered map, which means that there's maybe an opportunity for a KO pick coming out. I've been really looking forward to a KO pick. Unfortunately, it hasn't come out yet. Maybe it will pull through now. I'm definitely expecting a Sage right now being covered by Shinka. I'm definitely expecting a Sage on both sides because Sage is a really powerful agent on Haven. Also, Sova is pretty good. Maybe even a Sky pick by Wazzy, who really plays Sky well. Yeah, other than that,
we do see that Spear is switching up the roles again. Started the first map. Oh, no, maybe not. He started the first map as the Killjoy, second on Phoenix. Didn't find much success on Phoenix and looking to go back to the Killjoy. Index, surprisingly, going back to that Astra pick, which is granted one of the stronger picks on this map. Locked it in, so we have an Astra in the game. Always interesting to see. Shinka also locked in the Sage, so that's looking like a very classic kind of lineup with that very good post-plant setup with the Killjoy and the Sova. Looking at Team Liem, nothing locked in yet. Are you expecting anything funny, Ivan, on this one?
I don't think
Choose your
so.
agent.
What's interesting right now is there hasn't really been a lot of focus on duelists. I mean, we have like one duelist on Team Shinka, but we do actually have 2 duelists. So I think these are the team compositions that we have had on Ascent. Team Shinka keeping the same composition, really, sticking to what they know: the Killjoy with Spear, the Reyna with Banshee, the India on Sova, and trying to really kind of bring back and remember what it was that they did that worked for them against Team Liem.
Dutrino, Charlie, and NDS are swapping roles amongst themselves, with Dutrino not on the smoker anymore. She goes to the Killjoy. And Charlie, who has been Killjoy 2 games in a row, if I'm not mistaken, 2 maps, is now on that Reyna that used to be NDS, who is now on the Omen. And the buy phase has started with Team Liem on defense, Team Shinka on attack. Single duelist composition for Team Shinka. I think that's been, if I'm not mistaken, no, that hasn't been a constant. I'm mistaken, since they did have the Phoenix Yoru combo on Bind. Looking to switch that up, but only single duelist right now.
Yeah, it was very unconventional to have the Phoenix Yoru, because usually you either have one or the other. They both kind of perform the same role, and I feel like if you pick both of them in a team, they kind of overlap. So it's good that they kind of learned from that kind of agent select mistake and have kind of decided to stick to the more fundamental agents.
Iran is going live. I do hope to see a lot more coming out from Wazi. This is a really good jet map, and he may be using the jet to its full extent. And like attackers are making their way towards C.
Bomb grenade out.
Wazi getting in the back already. One person down. Charlie has gone down, taking
Spike
one with him.
planted.
Banshee. Both Reynas out of the game. Looking at a 4v4 retake. Wazi going towards long C. Gets one. Is he good for a second? Does tag Spear through the wall. Had to. Spear on the Sheriff finds one. Shinka looking for more. Toying around with Liem. Gets jumping classic and a triple from Shinka. Gets them the first round. Looking to take this further. Like I said, attacker-sided map, and if they keep this going, they will prove why this is the case. Like I said, this is because of these rotations. You can pull from different sides. They didn't do this. They just went for the straight C execute and performed it exceptionally well.
Absolutely, yeah. That jump shot classic is just, well, it's a classic. You know, it's always been around the game, and it's kind of a bit of a staple in Valorant gunplay. But that kill with that spear god on Wasi as well with the chef, that was super impactful. Made sure they didn't have any flank, and they would really be able to convert the test around.
Wasi with his signature marshal, we've seen some good plays out of him with that gun before. You see that Charlie, he does like to hide in corners. He's doing it again. Got a shorty in garage, just waiting, daring anyone to push him. Wasi pushing up and gets Indy. Shinka trying to get information, catches out NDS, but no kills converted, backs out of it. Wasi hungry for more, it seems. Liem gets a flash, but this flash himself. Banshee inside heals, and Liem will be kicking himself that he didn't get the skills. Now he's facing a 150 health Banshee who does take him down. Banshee with the triple. Wasi left alive, alone. Knows where they are, gets the first kill, gets a second.
Okay.
Flashes of brilliance from this man. This is a double for a triple.
Planted.
Will not get offered any more fights. They will be hiding, and rightly so. They know what Wasi can do with this Marshall.
Yeah, Wasi will need to ace if he wants to convert this round. That would be an incredible ace clutch coming in from Wasi. That would be really good, especially on a round where you don't have a weak buy.
Scoping out garage. Find anything. I don't think they will be giving him anything. They will be holding the crossfire and hold it well. They're aware he could be there. Banshee looking for the kill, falls back. Rightly so.
Oh!
Shinka with the BM.
I honestly thought he was going to go for the knife. I was ready for it. Knowing what Shinka's like, I saw, if I were Wasi, I'd be like, my life would be flashing before my eyes. Because if I got the knife there, there'd be no recovering from that mentally. Wow.
Wasi puckering up, and Shinka decides to pull out the Spectre instead.
And Banshee
But he
doing a
does
lot
secure
of
the
work
round.
as well on that round, getting a triple kill on the B side to open it
Well,
up.
not just that. Beyond just the triple, he also gets so much information and gets that space that would allow, you know, if they had better guns, would allow them to convert much more easier, because they would be able to leave A side alone, as Wasi can confirm there's nobody pushed up and nobody there to challenge them. Liem in a one-on-one angle, can he get out of there? Shinka
Time to hunt.
knows exactly where he is, ready for the peak. Liem gets overly aggressive and gets punished by Banshee. Not sure how to feel about that Liem play. Yes, setting up a great flash. Shinka goes in. C-side is fully clear. Wasi, very calm, patient with those knives, but gets traded
You
out.
will not kill my last player standing.
Is this a Sage ult going out on the second round already? The third round, sorry. That is crazy, given that the
Spike
ult is now
planted.
8 points. 1v3 for Charlie. He's gonna play it safe. He wanna do as much damage as he can. Shinka yet to go down. Will this be his first round to post death on the scoreboards?
This is Charlie's first time playing on the Arena. Doesn't actually get picked up, but it'll be interesting to see if later down the game he'll be able to get that kind of more impact plays, because they do have a double duelist composition with Wasi and Charlie being on the Arena.
I must say, I still look at his crosshair, but I still can't get over it.
Yeah.
That's a monstrosity. You gotta call it like it is. We see a bit of a half buy coming out. Only Wasi able to buy up, buys himself a Vandal and light armor, whereas Team Shinka quite comfortable in the money. Shinka himself buys a Phantom and armor and still has 6k in the bank. They are not going broke anytime soon.
Revealing area.
That was a weird Sova arrow by Indy.
He was trying to get the information on an actual mid push, given that Team Liem is on low buy. Sometimes teams like to take that mid push to get information, catch people off guard. Wasi fails the dash and gets punished and traded by Index. Really good trade by Index. Fair.
Yeah. Nice little trading, and now look, they only have Charlie pushing out, but they actually don't decide to go for A. They decide to fight over mid, which allows Charlie to get that flank.
Shot that.
He regressing, spots up a shock dart that does harm Liem and harms himself in the second one. Liem, great flying headshot with the Sheriff. That is great by Liem. 3v4 actually. This
Liem was having none of
this.
this.
Concealment.
Converting this
Shinka.
half by. Could this be the round that Team Liem actually posts one up? Index actually delivering.
Recalling my bot.
That Astra not
Calling my
placing
bot.
stars. As I say that, stars are being placed and
30 seconds
Seaside is
left.
smoked up, but Trino is ready for this. Catch a spear with this,
Spike down.
with this
C.
utility out, if I'm not mistaken.
Let's get
And
traded
yes,
away
and
there.
Liem have it all to do
planted.
against Shinka and Index. Two people have been playing quite well this half so far.
Hawk out. Blinded.
Index still has one flash left.
Hawk out.
Chain flashing.
One enemy
Nice
remaining.
flash.
And this could be it, this could be it. Shinka's position is known and he gets straight. They convert a half by Liem with the Sheriff and a triple.
Defuse the spike.
Showing good restraint as well, you know, not using the Sky ult there. You know, if I were Liam, I might have used that, but he actually had so much trust in his flashes, and they worked a charm. You know, flashing Index, he was absolutely helpless there on default, getting that kill, and then getting the crossfire onto Shinka with NDS, I think. And
Puts
yeah,
the economy
just converted
of
around.
Liem in an okay spot. 2 people, 3 people actually still able to buy next round if they lose. However, Team Shinka, their economy still quite healthy. This could be just a good buy round to well, as a change for once. This is the first really normal buy round we're getting out, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, this will be the
Shinka
first time.
close. Shinka close to his second resurrection in the game.
He has been performing extremely well right now. 8-1 on the scoreboard. Let's see if he can keep doing it.
4 available ults, 2 for each team. We have that Sky ult already invested. They know they're dealing with the garage push in the C plane. There's already 4 players here to deal with. The Astro ult comes out, denying the information for Banshee.
The Trino.
Sorry, yeah.
Spike down.
Gank and Spear trying to scramble back. Spear gets a kill. The 3v2 very doable for Team Liem.
One enemy
Gets
remaining.
information on
Oh my
Spear.
god.
And Shinka one last still alive. And his position is known.
Liam's actually going huge this round. He's on a 4K. He could ace this if he gets Shinka.
He's trying to do that. Does not have a flash. Has to wait 15 seconds. He's in his back. Second round for Team Liem. That is really well played. We see such... You know, there's a big difference between the top and the scoreboards on each team. And it's once again the team captains taking the lead. With on Liam's team, it's Liem and Wazi. Sorry, both on 8 kills. And then on the other side, we've got Shinka on 9. More than double the second person on his team. Which are Spear and Banshee are both on 4.
Yeah, interesting stuff. And actually, Liam went absolutely huge that round. He got a triple spray down, completely locking down C side from the garage push. And that managed to convert them their first gun-on-gun round win.
NDS looking a little bit less comfortable on the Omen than he has looked on the Reyna before, going yet to post a frag up on the board. Wazi in a spot where he can catch Shinka, doesn't get him, get the retrade, but gets traded by Indy. Spray just
You
off
should run.
that walking accuracy, heavily nerfed. Charlie tries to get away, but gets caught immediately in the trade. It probably should have stayed
You
in there.
will not
It's sad.
kill my ally.
Killjoy goes down, but also alive.
Down A. Seek them.
We missed that.
Last player
And
standing.
Liam gets a
Oh my
third once
God.
again. And they know exactly where Index is playing. Liam going for the 4th. He hears the reload but doesn't capitalize on it. Opts to fall back. And Liam with the quad kill.
Liam has had enough of the Shinka momentum. He has just been taken the last 2 rounds completely into his hands. That flank on A-Long, getting 3 people, denying the resurrection and denying the Killjoy ult. Absolutely massive stuff from Liam here. And now, if I'm Team Shinka, I'm wondering how to keep him under control. He's 12-3 right now. He's completely soared through to the top of the scoreboard. And now Shinka's in a half buy, and, you know, what are they going to do about that? What's the reply?
On the Spear, on the Vandal, rest of them are on Spectres. We even see Stinger come out from Index on attack, which is, in my opinion, quite questionable. Liam once again, 13 frags on this man in 7 rounds. And the round is not yet over, so... Liam hoping to breach that 20 kill mark for the half end, it seems. Wazi's getting inquisitive and is rewarded for his push. Knows there's more around, he's careful about where people are playing. Might try to get away. Using an ult again. Charlie
Spike
coming in with
down.
Wazi.
One
Gets a
enemy
double.
remaining.
Charlie again, a strong start. And not a single death for Team Liem against that half by. Not exactly what Team Shinka was hoping for. They were hoping to get at least 1 or 2 guns out of the hands of Team Liem, but that didn't work.
Yeah, you can see the confidence really rising through Team Liem. They actually just all went for pushes from all sides, kind of lurking that A main push. You know, Charlie getting the double kill onto Shinka. It's just crazy how much the tides have shifted from the start of this game, because now it seems that Team Liem are dominating the half.
They're not just dominating the half, they're set up to dominate even further. I mean, most of their players have over 4 or 5k even. In the case of NDS, 7.5k credits in the bank, ready to be used for next rounds. And Liem!
Whoa!
Yeah, that 20 kills is coming. You know it's coming. Shinka loses this round. Their bank is busted. And that's exactly what Liem wants. Spear caught between a rock and a hard plate, managed to get out. Neutrino just hiding in the corner, happy to sit there and wait.
That lurk again, Charlie. He's starting to fall back though. He has been spotted.
Shinka still has to be careful. Charlie could still be anywhere around A. That arrow didn't cover anything except for the cubby.
Healer down.
Shinka getting aggressive, and Wazi gets out with his life and gets healed by the sky heal.
This is not the first time we've seen Shinka do these kinds of plays where he walks through the smoke and gets immediately punished because they're holding that. Sometimes it feels like Shinka's plays are just relying on, you know, the enemy team forgetting about that spot, and that's not something that you can do against people like Liem and Wazi because they're just too reliable.
Yo, none of his
30
teammates were
seconds
even
left.
there to trade him out. There was no refrag possible.
Blinded.
Good flag by
Enemy
Liem
eliminated.
once again. He
Spike
has the
down
spike as
A.
well. Index doing that typical Fnatic boaster play with Astra, just getting through. But you have to get the side for that flank to work. And now he gives us his position. 12 seconds on the clock.
10 seconds left.
And Wazi gets him. I like the idea. The execution wasn't there. Just Liem there to throw a cog in the wheels of Team Shinka.
Liem and Wazi
15 and 3 on him right now.
absolutely huge. Yeah, 15 kills on Liem and 13 kills on Wazi. They're completely showing up for their team, and the game is in their hands. You know, those sky flashes. Liem just speaks with such confidence and gets the kills. His aim is so crisp right now. And honestly, Team Shinka really need to think about how they would counter that. Maybe some fakes need to be coming in to try and draw away the right players.
Feel like a broken record with Team Shinka once again on a half buy, and again broken record. Shinka on a stinger on attack. Yeah, I see what he's doing. He's trying to get. He knows Wazi likes to push and is ready for the push. Might get that kill if Wazi keeps pushing. He does, but gets caught out, and that's a spike.
down
Where is
A.
his team? What a massive misplay by Team Shinka. Yes, they get C control, but it's worthless. They have no way of retrieving the spike. They've got Charlie right there, ready for a quadruple spray down if they offer themselves up to him. He's got that Odin and his Reyna ult online. That is scary.
Indeed. Index trying to go for a lurk, does get punished by NDS. They're leaving no corner unchecked.
Charlie delivering. Gets past that angle. Spear knows exactly who he is, but has somebody in window to contend with. That's Wazi.
Here.
Re-peeking. No crazy sheriff action that, you know, we've seen in some previous maps from Spear this time. Charlie going again, but there it is. Exactly what we said before. Spear and that deagle. That sheriff, sorry. That's just a delight to see. 2v2 now. How did that get out of their hands? They had the spike. They had the control.
Time
Charlie
though, I
probably
don't
should
think
not have been put. Wazi low on health.
Last player standing.
Spear mid jump gets caught out. Banshee. Some footsteps. They know where he is. NDS ready to get that peek. 12 seconds on the clock. Does he have time to
10
plant?
seconds left. I have
Not if he can't get the spike. Wazi has to play safe. Doesn't play safe. It's a misplay from Wazi. What are you doing, Wazi?
oh my god,
And the
Banshee.
PM comes through. Banshee
The
reading them
chat
like a book.
must be going wild for Banshee. They have been showing massive support for Banshee, and this was the exact clutch play that Team Shinka needed right now. That
Wazi
was
comments in
incredible.
chat that Wazi thought that, you know, Banshee had time to plant, but there was no plant whatsoever. You know, inside he couldn't get the bomb right away. You can press E or F, whatever your interact key is, to pick up that bomb from a little bit of further distance, and you have to stand on top of it. Maybe Wazi was unaware. Sorry, Spear was unaware of that. Shinka gets the refrag.
You are divided.
That
Liem
now,
dying.
Team
That's a
Shinka
new
are
thing.
adapting.
Bomb grenade out.
We haven't seen Liem die at the start of a round very often this game.
Yeah.
Neutrina goes back into
Destroyed.
safety. Neutrina has her own lockdown to counter this plant or post plant
Deploying
for
drone.
Team Shinka. And
There
there
it
it
is,
comes.
it's coming in.
Wazi's not aware of the Shinka passive!
Oh my god.
Shinka was not aware either! This lockdown is gonna harm them so bad. Charlie ready to catch them when they're running out of the lockdown, but he's not aware that Index is playing a lurking position like he likes to do. Tries to get to Indy, gets him, and Index ready for the refrag. That lurking position finally paying off. NDS actually peaks. I don't think that was planned. I think NDS probably thought he was safe. That post plant setup is so strong. Spear ready for that frag once they start diffusing again. No spray through the smoke. They're not sticking it. They're sticking it. They're sticking it. And Indy gets one and gets both.
That was
That's a
really,
massive
really
play.
close.
That's huge.
That was incredible, yeah. They had such patience, you know, from Index to just stay there and wait for the right moment. Wait for NDS to show where he's spraying from. Spraying back through the smoke and managing to get the tree in the process and deny the defuse. And now Team Shinka have evened the scoreline. They have taken back some of that momentum that Liem has been building up. And they've been adapting, you know. Liem has been going for these early round peaks. He did get one, but then he got instantly traded out by Shinka. And that set them up to win the round by a C execute.
Speaking of Shinka, he must be kicking himself for not seeing Wazi on that Lux position. Both of them just running straight past each other, not noticing that they were there, but Shinka getting traded out. Wazi again. That always early aggression on that defensive side from Team Liem in general. Evenly matched right now, even though it doesn't feel like that, it feels like Team Liem is getting the upper hand. Finally that third spotting him out, no dash available, has to get away, doesn't manage to do so. Does allow Charlie to get that ult orb, getting closer to his ult. 5 feet.
Now, look how little map control Team Shinka have. They're just sitting there, you know, they know they've lost people to A main, they've lost people to mid, and they have no information on C. And they have Liem pushed up there on C long in the cubby. So they actually have to check every single corner. Look at that, Liem gets a flash. And a kill.
Speaking of map control, Team Lien had all of the map control in the world. Team Shinka had absolutely none, and this is why they're getting destroyed now, getting flanked from everywhere.
Wow.
Liem with the triple, and it's almost official. Liem is on 19 kills. He's got one more round to get to 20.
Before the switch.
20 bomb in one half would be pretty impressive. I mean, that would really make a statement for how much he wants to win this show match.
He's looking really impressive on that Sky, just finding flashes, finding blinded players seemingly every 20 seconds, or even, you know, with the cooldown every 40 seconds. Every flash counts. I haven't seen him miss a flash so far.
That is true. He's really been making those count. They've really
Speaking
worked out
of,
really well for him.
This might be the one, trying to flash through the doors, trying to get aggressive again. Wazi, they know he's going to be playing there, and they're pushing up to him. Can he get away after that first kill? Does not manage to do so. Spear with the Spectre. Trino instantly, no, sorry, NDS instantly there. Charlie stuck in that Astra, gets the Astra. Can he get out? Good time to get out, and Spear capitalizes on that.
You will
Yes,
not
waiting for that smoke to dissipate.
Okay,
Index
go.
gets revived.
Spike planted. One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
1v1. Spear hoping to get that after plant. Trino doesn't know. Has a good idea where he is. This is going to be a mind battle for sure. Trino tapping it. Sticking. Spear will not check. Doesn't believe that the Trino is actually defusing. Will he be peeking? Surely now, and he gets it. An ace from Spear to close out the half. Can we point out that Liem is right now 21 frags, 6 deaths in one half.
Spear has appeared to found that, you know, that power, honestly, that he has had in Ascent, and really apply, you know, the killjoy, I guess, to this game. You know, that ace was just incredible. I mean, after such a dominant performance from Liem and Wazi, just take that round away from them and keep the round even, 6-6. You know,
Something
Spear.
that I've been noticing is that you know, Liem is not playing Sky as an initiator. He's not flashing for other people. Liem seems to be playing Sky purely as a duelist, and it's working wonders for him. Then again, those Sky buffs are, you know, allowing Sky to play off of her own flashes much easier than ever before, and it's showing. Why is he getting spotted still? Likes to aggress. Gets a shot off on Indy.
Yeah, Indy's now half HP just from that one shot. That really shows the power of a Sheriff on a Jet on a pistol.
Banshee getting stunned. Flashes to buy himself some more time. Shinka there to support. Indy. Wazi actually gets some kill with the Sheriff. Index in chat. What? It must have been a crazy one, but our observer did not catch it. Wazi takes you to that space and keeps pushing in. There's two people to contend with. Indy again half. Gets the double. Trino planting but faking. Liam gets Bomber's job. Banshee's pushing up. Bash taking control. I think the Trina thought the plant was already going down because there's already a molly, a nano swarm on the side, but not able to use it because the bomb plant hasn't gone down. 40 seconds left on the clock. Very hard to retake that side.
Indy has been quiet for most of the series, but now he really showed up on the pistol round of the last half.
Seconds left.
Charlie on the flank, but there's a turret. He cannot get through. Spear is ready for that flank. Has put the turret in. He can't peek. He's got 14 HP. Every burst is 12 damage. If Charlie peeks, he's dead. He has to go for the exit frags or die to the turret. Goes down goes down to 10 HP. If he peeks once more, he is dead. One shot will kill him. Doesn't matter which pistol it is. They know exactly where he is as well. Trying to save that ghost. And gets killed by Shinka.
Wow, what a round from India. I mean, he got, I think, 2 kills there, but there were such important kills. You know, on Wazi, one of their main fraggers, he gets a crazy flick on him and follows it up with another. And then Banshee's there to secure that A hold. Really, really important round for Team Shinka, because now, you know, the game is in their hands. They have finally taken the lead. This is the first time they've been ahead in this game, and they are hoping to make it count.
And Spear showing off his mental fortitude, just putting that turret up. Very cognizant of the fact that somebody could have flanked. Very good foresight from him.
Yeah.
That delay on those orbs. It's that 1.4 seconds.
Spike down.
Indy dying. Index gets a double. They were vulnerable by his suck. His gravity well. You see Charlie and DS both in sewers. Shinka slows them. 2 versus 4, looking very unlikely. Index almost getting caught out. Misses a shot.
One enemy remaining.
Bet gets a 3rd kill with the Marshall. They don't have armor, so that's a 1-shot kill. Banshee wants to go in for a kill as well. Cannot get the kill and let's get away. And eventually gets it, but not before Charlie takes down Shinka, who must be also kicking himself.
Yeah, those Reynas just completely whiffing. That was quite something.
LOLs coming out in chat. Aim duel 100, says Charlie, and that is definitely what exemplifies this showdown between the two players on A Surface.
Now, interesting that Team Shinka have actually not opted to go for a bonus round. Most of them have decided to get full utility. So if they lose this round, they will have to probably eco. This is actually a very important round to win.
See Spear still on that Ares. Hasn't really been able to use it, but now might be his chance. Ready to spray down the smoke?
Yeah, Spear has a reputation for using LMGs.
5 players grouping out around C. If he gets the timing right, this could be huge for Spear. Opting to stay passive for now. Here's him coming in. He's gonna pull out, he's scoping in. Getting ready, a double kill for Shinka, but gets straight out by Liem. Liem gets traded.
One enemy remaining.
And Spear, exactly what we hope for, but opting to pick up the Vandal instead. I don't know, that Ares looks pretty strong.
Yeah, they just never bothered to check that corner position. And the double kill from Shinka, that was so quick. I think they must have lined up for him because he got it so quickly and then he got traded away. But that just instantly killed the momentum of the C-hold. And that also created enough of a distraction that they forgot to check that corner where Spear was, enabling him to get the double kill with the Ares and again, get this ever so important buy round. And now Team Liem are in a rough spot because this half is slipping out of their control and they don't have much money. They have to half buy.
Without that double from Shinka, I think Spear would have been in a very sticky position with his AoEs, unable to move fast. That gun is a slow gun. Shinka doing the wall on Garage, very hard to contend with, and immediately out of our sight, 2 kills gets found on window and A side. In the actually Banshee getting dropped by Ghost by Neutrino. Regrouping towards window. Or Team Shinka. No, sorry, Team Liam. Forgive me. Yes, careful of, you know, that play on top boxes. Was he taking a peek? Shinka gets early damage. Gets on top there. Trino again with the ghost, the double for him, for her. Was with the judge, it's a very dangerous angle, but Indy knows exactly where he is. That is a 10-6. That looks so promising for who had the? It was Wazi, I think, had the judge.
Yeah.
That looks so promising. The perfect angle, the perfect situation. 2 people to pick into his angle. Yeah, exactly what you would like to get if you've got a judge, but no reward. Indy knows exactly where he is. Speaking of Indy, he has his ult online. Very good for a post-plant scenario and after a retake scenario, sorry.
What they can do now, they have kind of neglected A main, deciding to go for more of a mid-control setup on attack. NDS seeking to peek window, but it's getting helped by Banshee. He needs to be careful.
We hear the song of Odin spraying by Charlie, probably destroying the doors on Garage right there. Banshee on the operator. Seeing a white plethora of guns here. We have an Odin on the attacking defensive side as well, on Spear. To Seaside, Shinka is unaware that people are pushing up on him. Seems to get an idea that they might be there. Indy gets information on Wazi. Falls back. Bomb dropped in window. Gets picked up by Wazi. They spot Shinka and get away from C. They don't want any part of any side where Shinka is. Grouping towards AC, where Indy is ready.
I've got your trail.
Coming in.
Oh, will he bust out the ult? It seems so. Gets a double sprint! Almost a triple. And that completes it. Liam shot in the back by Index, doesn't check his corners. Trino and NDS with it all to do. Indy gets forced out of the angle. Good try, but there's a wall blocking your shots, Trino.
You have a Killjoy ult to work with, but they only have 15 seconds left. I do not think they will go.
That wall is going down and they know where they are.
10
10 seconds left, there's no chance for them to get outside and get the bomb down. Shinka another one.
Found them.
Trino left alive alone and gets straight up by Index. Index seemingly to be in the right place at the right time. A lot of times on this half. And Team Shinka taking it away with 11-6, only 2 rounds left. I'd like to see that Killjoy ult come out either or A on C to get that side control from Spear. Let's see if he, sorry, from Neutrino, mixing them up here.
Yeah, I mean that double kill by Indy on long, again, so clutch. They just lined up for it perfectly. And now, once again, Team Liam are on a poor buy. They really don't know what to do.
Wazi on the Marshall though, don't count him out, but could be facing an operator. Ready to flash. Has the bomb though. With the spike, he could be peeking window, and maybe not the best situation to be at. Shinka gets a double over on long C. Halts that kind of play around the ult charges. Liam again will get full flash kill by Spear.
Down. C.
Oh no, that's waste of an ult. Trino, they know exactly where you are.
Wow. Yeah,
That is a waste.
Double kill by Spear with the Odin, completely shutting them down. And it's looking really scary for them. They need to win 6 rounds in a row to come back and force overtime. They do have a full buy again, but they need to make it count. There is no going back now, no next map. This is the final map, and they cannot afford to lose any rounds from this point.
And on match point, we have 6 ults that are online. However, the ults that are online on the attacker side, the ones that needs them the most, are the least impactful ults in their team. Whereas, I believe the defenders have the Sova ults, the Killjoy ult, that are great for retakes. They're looking to take it.
Get out of my
hiding in
way.
the smoke. Oh no, he might
In
catch
the right
someone
place
off
at
guard.
the right time.
Oh.
Wazi and there's more to be found. He's got his cross in the right position, but Charlie gets him with the Odin. Pushes through with his ultimate. Charlie gets another one. Banshee completely blind. Ultimate's coming online. Spear gets two.
Down, C.
Where is this coming from? From C long. Gets another ultimate. They're locked into side. They cannot get out. Actually, NDS TPs to A side with Charlie scrambling to get there on time. Right timing. Catch. Indicate. Sorry. They know where they are. Charlie's ready for it. Gets the sprays. Third kill in the round. He
One enemy remaining.
Index gets one. Knows where Charlie is. He can defuse. Cannot. It's not planned for him. Charlie with a fourth.
Remaining.
Charlie could get a fifth. The Odin versus Odin. And he doesn't get the kill. This is the end of the game. Spear going for a bit of BM, and now gets defuse. This is the GG no re.
Imagine if I died.
Wow.
Team Shinka comes out victorious, surprisingly, after such, let's say, a less dominant performance on Bind, where Team Liem looked by far the strongest.
Anyone?
For sure.
Liem only getting one kill that second half. After 21 in the first half, that is surprising given how he was using his flashes. His duelist style Sky not working on attack.
For sure. Yeah. And,
Spear stepping up, man. On that last half, he went from the middle of the pack to the top of the scoreboard, ending the game 23 kills and 9 deaths. Only 9 deaths in, let's say, 19 rounds. That's a great performance from him.
Yeah, he's definitely showed up. I mean, this is what I was talking about after the Bind game. Spear seemed really, really quiet. You know, he was at the bottom of the scoreboard, but he has completely showed up. It is known that once he gets that Odin, especially on defense, it is very difficult to stop him. He really knows how to use that gun to its full potential, and it showed there. Those multi-kills in the past few rounds have really shown. And yeah, I mean, you know, Charlie gave it his all as well. You know, he got a 4K with the Odin on that round. He really tried, but like at the end, obviously
ran out of bullets. Nothing he could do. Be ready for it too.
Absolutely.
The Odin has such a long reload time. I mean, we saw flashes of brilliance from pretty much everyone in this entire show match. On every map, there was at least, you know, one player doing something crazy. We've seen really good plays. We saw a knife coming out. We saw a knife to decide the first map. This has been a crazy show match, and yeah, it was a great casting experience.
Yeah, definitely. I think we would all love to hear what the captains themselves have to say about the game. So now we will be being joined by Liem and Shinka. Guys, what an incredible series. Thanks a lot for your performances. It was a pleasure watching you. Shinka, congratulations on your win. How do you feel about it? What are your thoughts?
I mean, it was an expected outcome, wasn't it?
I mean, it did look a bit shaky on Bind. You know, you guys got kind of steamrolled by Liam. How did you mentally reset?
We had to give the Twitch stream some content, so we had to take it to map 3.
So you're saying you were match fixing then? You decided to throw the Bind game just for stream?
Yeah, of course.
Wow.
For the viewers.
Wow. Okay. Well, you heard
Why
it here
else would
first,
I look
guys.
in Yoru?
I mean, fair enough. You know, but you did have some impressive plays in Yoru. There was that 4K round that you had.
I was just lucky Liam didn't have his headset on, to be honest.
No, that's true. Yeah, Liam kind of was so.
Speaking of your headset, Liam, you got 21 kills in the first half on Haven, and got 1 kill on the second half. What happened?
Yeah, you know, I haven't played Sky ranked before. This was kind of just a whim thing, so I clearly know where to fix on my Sky. The defense was clean, but the attacking was just too hard with a certain cringe player who could only use Odin and Ares, a judge, or a sheriff, rather than any actual assault rifle. But yeah, it was a good game. We choked on attacking half.
Yeah, so but Liam, you did have an incredible performance on Sky on Bind though. So you clearly. So what is it about Haven attack? Do you think that is really makes Sky such a difficult pick?
Well, firstly, I actually think the Shinka Sage Wall they did on Garage was so annoying because we could never go C. Because if we just go C long, Harry just sprays through a smoke. And if we go B, he's already there waiting for us with the guy from A Link as well. So it's like 3 people on B. Then on A, every time we went, we got unlucky timings by Sova, who just gets a double kill out of nowhere. So it's just kind of like a accumulation of all these things made it so hard to play attack, which is why I got 1 kill, I'd say. But
So you are
think-
saying, so you are saying that Team Shinka essentially got lucky a couple rounds, and that's why they lost. Is that?
No,
is
no,
that,
no, no.
like-
They
oh,
play better for sure. Team
okay.
Shinka definitely play better.
Okay. Well, what would you
yeah.
do differently if there was a rematch? You know.
I kept going for coin flip plays. I remember
Mhm.
like the first 4 rounds of defense on Haven. I kept coin flipping like Jules with Shinka. Like one that was in garage, I dogged him, and I ego peeked it, and then Reina traded me out, and I was tilted since then. But yeah, that's what I just like stopped going for like ego peaks and trying to like stop over rotating as well. I feel like we over rotate a lot. These guys just wait till like the
That
last
seemed to work for you
25 seconds.
playing Sky's Duelist.
Yeah, I know, it was kind of fun, especially on bind. I was just pop flashing so much. And Shinka was just, whenever I see Shinka, he's always blind. It's so fun to play. But yeah, they were the better team today, so they deserve the win.
Fair enough. Okay. Well, thank you very much, guys. You put on a great show. You know, all 3 maps. I mean, up until Haven, up until the first half, it was looking like a very close match. Obviously, Team Shinka did get the edge with some, incredible plays from basically, everybody. And I'm very pleased to see that there wasn't really anybody that was particularly quiet. We've across 3 maps, as Captain said, we've had people showing up. Everyone has had their moment, and that was really the purpose of the show match: is to have people really, enjoy the game and have their moment on stream and pop off. And I'm pleased to say that everybody did. So, yeah, thank you everyone for playing, and thank you the captains for participating and for the interviews. Anything to say, Captain?
Nothing to say from me.
Oh. Yeah, so now I'm reading the chat. The chat has demanded that we interview Banshee. So I guess we're gonna get him in here and see what he has to say. Banshee, welcome, man.
Hi. Yeah, how's it going?
Doing pretty well. How are you doing, man? You must feel pretty good.
Very good. For my first Valorant comp game, I thought it'd be a bit harder, to be honest. We had to throw map 2, but apart from that, it's perfectly fine, honestly.
What do you think of your performance? What map do you think you really did the best in?
This is the thing. Probably the first map, probably Sent, because bind I was taken off duelist, which was fair enough. I said let me go home, and because I'm not too great on bind. As we saw, my aim just wasn't A on map 2. But yeah, map 1 felt quite good. First of all, I went positive, so that's good if you're playing a duelist. And second of all, like it just the entries felt quite clean. The calls were great from the IGL as well. It just felt very clean. Every attack we just kind of dominated.
Who was IGLing for you? Was it Shinka?
Shinka was calling most of it, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. What do you think? Who did you have the most trouble with on Liem's team? Who do you think was really stood out to you as kind of a problem to deal with?
Probably Liem because he kind of carried, but he just did these aggressive plays map 3 that just completely caught me off guard. He flashed me out of garage, which after that I was like, oh, okay. He pushed down mid as well before that, and I was like, okay, he's doing that as well. But yeah, it's definitely Liem. He played very well. It's a shame he lost, but better team wins in the end, and it's a good game overall.
Yeah, I agree. There can only be one winner, and
Yeah.
obviously, congratulations on the win.
Thank you very much.
How do you think of what do you think of Valorant as opposed to Rainbow Six? Because I am aware you are coming from Rainbow Six. How have you kind of adapted? Are there any things that you have carried on from Rainbow Six that have really seemed to apply well in Valorant?
I mean, other than the aim, which is kind of obvious because they're both shooters, it's kind of the way you think about the game is kind of different. Because in Siege, where you can break everything down, where you can, like literally break down walls, where you can breach things, you can make line of sight. It's not really like that in Valorant, but like understanding maybe the wall bang angles, for example. I've been trying to see what I can do with those or something like that. Because I've seen a lot of lineups online with Sova bolts where you can just wall bang from like one side of the map to the other with an Odin. It's kind of thinking about it strategy wise. It's a lot more basic, which does make it easier. Not saying it's not hard, but it's a lot easier than Siege. And then you kind of tend to think of the game as a whole rather than round by round. If you come from Siege, I think. So I mean, Shinka did the same. So yeah, it's more of a macro game across all the rounds with the buying and the tactics and kind of catching them off guard because you've got to be unorthodox in Siege as well. So that's kind of what you could do in Valorant as well.
All right. Well, once again, congratulations for the win. And I mean, you have been kind of a fan favorite in the chat, so congratulations on that, I suppose, as well. You clearly have a lot of supporters, and you know, for all we know, they might have been what pushed Team Shinka over the edge. You know, they felt that moral support, and it really drove them to win the game. So
Well, that
yeah,
must be it. Yeah.
yeah. Thank you for the interview.
Thank you.
We'll let you go now, and yeah. All right.
Well,
So
thanks everyone for tuning in to the, what was it called again? The Imperial Valorant Summer Showmatch? Yeah, the tongue twister. Say it 5 times, Ivan.
yeah. Well, I think that'll take too long, and I don't think stream wants me to hear this type of phrase anyway. But yeah, closing thoughts, Captain. What do you think?
Closing thoughts. It was a really good game, like we said before. Flashes of brilliance. I really enjoyed watching Liam play on that sky on that last map. Spear was a joy to watch on Ascent and on Haven. Not so much on Bind, but I think there are some really great plays coming out. That Yoru play on Bind was also really fun to watch. Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think if there's one thing that I kind of wish would happen more is more of a comeback factor coming into some of these games, because every time a team pulled ahead, they've kind of kept that, except for Haven. But in the second half, when Shinka pulled ahead, they didn't really lose. And if there had been some comebacks, I think that would have been really enjoyable for stream and really exciting to watch. But nevertheless, it was a great pleasure watching it. It was a great pleasure casting. I'd like to thank all the players for participating in this show match that I organized. And obviously, I'd like to thank you and our observer, Zyro, who has been doing all the streaming and all the kind of, observing, obviously. But yeah, I think that would mark the end of the show match. Once again, thank you everyone for tuning in. I can see some hearts in chat. Much love to you all, guys. Enjoy your summer. Feel free to, volunteer for the next show match, because I mean this has been quite a success. I think we'd love to do this again at Imperial. And yeah, thank you all.
Have a good evening, everyone. Bye bye.